to deceive the United States by false statements and expressions of hope for continued peace.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
This country can't be knocked out with one punch. We get right back up again, and when we do, the world's going to hear the roar of our engines.
It's the whistle.
You like that? Where's that whistle from?
This song is from a Quentin Tarantino movie. I think it's from Inglourious Bastards.
All right, fair enough then. Hey, it's the Outlaw Radio Network. Our final show of 2013. Can you believe it, Paul?
It is, I know. I mean, this year has gone incredibly fast. First of all, can I just say that I am thankful to the gods above that they allowed 2013 to happen because, I thought on December 21st of last year we were done. So,
well, you do know that there's one more apocalypse on the horizon. One more apocalyptic prediction on the horizon.
Yeah, it's election night next year.
No. There really is one. There's a Norse god, and do you know about that?
Mm-mm.
You don't know? Hold on. Talk for a second. I'll find it really quick. Give me a second.
Well, because actually I was going to segue into this breaking story, and I'm not sure how many people are actually aware of this because it was literally breaking at 10:30 Eastern time. Mysterious attack on a California power station. Many believe that it may have been a dress rehearsal for a larger assault on the U.S. electrical grid. Although the fact that the still unsolved attack on a power station near San Jose occurred just a handful of hours. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see. This attack actually occurred. The story was just written here a couple hours ago.
Okay.
But the attack actually occurred a few hours after the Boston Marathon bombings happened. Now, I had not heard about this. I don't know if you'd heard about this.
No, at first I heard of it.
And it's obvious, I think now in reading here this first paragraph, why they may have kept it secret. Now that the ranking member of the House Republicans Energy and Commerce Committee is decrying the incident as possibly indicative of a wider security issue, the brazen attack is getting a bit more attention. And the reason I wanted to point this out is because, we've talked about, situations should they arise, and some of the most popular shows on TV right now are preppers and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I think probably the most realistic, life-threatening situation most Americans could potentially face isn't an asteroid impact. It's not Nibiru. It's not. It's a loss. It's a prolonged loss of power, whether it be as a result of some sort of terrorist attack, an EMP detonation, that's electromagnetic pulse, or solar flare, and
some man-made
or natural.
Yeah.
More likely, I believe, would be natural, but either way.
You think more likely natural?
Well, because it just takes one solar flare, the size of which we've seen several already this year, to actually have a direct impact on Earth, and then bam, our power grid's down for months, if not a year or more. So, and I just want you to, again, as I've said before on the show, just think about the idea of what it would be like for you to go without power for a week, and then stretch that out into a month, and ask yourself, how prepared you are to survive that. And I like to tell people who ask me about that kind of stuff, what's the number one thing that they need to have? Well, when you go through school, right, what do they teach you? Food, clothing, shelter, right?
Right.
3 necessities: food, clothing, shelter. Well, you've already got shelter, you've already got clothing. Okay? So what's the next one that's most important? Food. Well, the cheapest, easiest thing to stockpile, do you have an idea what that might be?
To stockpile for food?
Mm-hmm.
Canned vegetables?
Top ramen.
Yeah, but the nutrient value in top ramen is crap.
It doesn't have to be. You can't buy. Listen, you want your family to unless you plan on having 10,000 cans of food. Okay, I mean, if you can afford to go out and buy, $500 worth of canned food, and by the way, you go out and you buy the canned food, but you augment it, or for example, I can take one package of top ramen and have enough calories for myself, my wife, and my 2 kids by adding some canned, frozen, whatever, and it doesn't matter. Or you can drop an egg in it, or some corn, an onion. It's very important to recognize what is the minimum that you're going to need to survive on. in a survival situation. And that's where most people are going to have difficulty. They're going to have problems, and they're not going to be able to survive for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're not going to know how to prepare their food without power. May sound silly, but that's a big issue. They'll be okay for a few days, 3-4 days tops. But when you don't have water and you're going into your third day,
what do you call that?
Trouble.
The food packs you get, like Walmart's
MREs?
No.
Or the dehydrated foods?
Dehydrated foods thing. Go ahead, keep talking.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You can go get the dehydrated foods, add those to a packet of Top Ramen, and then bam. Again, you have to think in the simplest, cheapest terms, because you want as much of a supply of food as you can possibly have. Because again, I can't stress this enough. If our power grid goes down due to an EMP or a solar flare, it will take months at the very minimum for power to be restored. Now, if it's a terrorist attack and they use the internet to do it, there's a possibility power may only be out for a week or two. But if it is an EMP attack or a solar flare, months at the minimum.
Well, it depends on the scale of the EMP. I mean, that's one thing you gotta look at too. If it's
actually it doesn't, and I'll tell you why. Because an EMP attack will directly in a power substation. You have
it does matter on the EMP side, on the size of the EMP, because if you have a small EMP that we say only knocks out Seattle. Mm-hmm. It's only the Seattle area that has to worry about it. Now, if you're talking about a much larger EMP...
Yeah, one EMP device, one nuclear explosion, the EMP from one nuclear explosion detonated at the right height over the center of the United States will wipe out the entire power grid. It'll overcharge the power grid. And the problem with our power grid is a lack of redundancy within our power control structure. In other words, you know that you have capacitors and stuff that store electricity and they store energy. Well, for your power stations, okay... Those capacitors take 6 months to build, and they don't keep extras.
Actually,
so
fun fact about that.
Yeah,
they have mobile. They do have mobile.
Yes, they
stations. They have one rolled out in Paulsbo.
Yeah,
about a month ago or so.
Yes, they do. And what happens is with an EMP, if it strikes at the right place, basically you have like a big circuit all throughout the United States where the power grids are all interconnected in areas. They get overloaded and those capacitors blow. Well, when those capacitors blow, you now lack the capacity literally in your entire system. Those capacitors are gone. Every one of them has to get rebuilt and replaced. You can't just roll in a new capacitor. They're not sitting in a warehouse in Hoboken. So and then you have to just think about the idea, the logistics involved with bringing all of these people into work, getting in touch with them with no power and the chaos that will exist on the streets to coordinate all this, make this happen, get power to the factories just to build them, get the workers into the factories just to build them. So you can see how this is a compounding effect here that makes it a very, very dangerous situation. So
let me as you're talking about prep for this stuff too, one of the things I noticed when I was at Walmart is, Walmart has gotten into this whole prepper situation.
You know what I noticed? You should take your hat off.
I should take my hat off?
Yeah.
Is it bad for the green screen?
Yeah.
I was afraid of that when I wore it.
Really?
But it's so cold outside that...
It is chilly outside right now.
It is very cold.
You look so much better.
No, I don't, really.
Can you add hair for him on the green screen?
Can you do that? You know what would be really cool is if you could, draw hair on me, like a Mr. Magoo thing, where you draw.
If I drop the background, I might...
No, don't get creative.
Experiment with that. Have some fun with it
anyway, they've got it's a 30-day supply of food for like $140. Mm-hmm. Now, I assume it's a one-person 30-day supply.
That's correct. It's
but think about it, though. I mean, you buy it, you got a family of 4 different months you go out and buy it, or 4 different paychecks you go out and buy it. You've got enough food, you haven't really put that much money away, and it's got a 25-year lifespan. Mm-hmm. So you're not really talking about spending that much on food as an emergency kind of fallback, and all you have to add to this is water as an emergency kind of a fallback plan if there is an earthquake or there is
there is other ways to, a lot of people don't realize, to grow your own fruits and vegetables.
Absolutely.
Really, really easily. Right in your backyard, on your back porch, your garage.
No, I'm not debating that, and I'm not saying to do this in exclusion of that. I'm just saying there's easy options for people who don't have the knowledge to grow or haven't started it and they want to get something right away that they can fall back on as an emergency right away or whatever. It's not this huge, you're not looking at tens of thousands of dollars to get yourself set up for a 30-day supply. You literally go out and spend $115 or whatever a couple of times, and then you've got this this backstash of powder. And I'm not one of those people that believe that the world's going to end and we're all going to die. And oh my God! But it's not a bad idea to look at either.
To be prepared. To be prepared, because these are very real situations. And again,
especially in this neck of the woods where we live, even if the power grid's not an option, Al-Qaeda's not an option, none of this stuff happens, there is this little problem called earthquakes, which we live in an earthquake-rich zone. And that's a very real potential.
And again, I stress to people, do not live your life under the normalcy bias where you have this idea that just because you haven't seen or experienced something, that means it won't ever happen. So anyway, let's move on. Did you have a good Christmas?
I did. Let me tell you. Hold on. I mentioned about the end of the world.
Yeah, the end. Okay. Oh yeah, the prophecy you were talking about.
Yeah, the prophecy. Here we go. Will the end of the world? Will the world end in 100 days? This is actually dated back from November 15th, actually. But on November 15th, if you believe in the Viking apocalypse, on November 15th there would have been the sound of a trumpet for the Vikings, which would have started the final 100 days. Legend had it that on November 15th, the god Odin was killed by the wolf Fenrir. The soil in the sky was stained with poison. The sea will rear it up. There'd be 3 freezing winters, which, if you've been outside, it's very cold. And the sound of the horn was to call the sons of Odin to the battlefield, where Odin will ultimately be killed. And that on February 22nd, it would be the end of the world. So we have yet another apocalyptic vision that we have to get past.
It's the end of their calendar.
I guess so. I guess so. So, no, I don't buy into any of this crap.
So last week on the show, we invited Don Manning to come in. Is he coming in? Have you heard from him?
I don't know. I saw that he called my phone earlier.
Okay.
And I attempted to call him back, but I hadn't heard from him.
Okay. I was just curious because tonight's our prediction show, and now Dave from Endgame is coming in. Correct? How do you pronounce his last name?
David from Endgame?
Yeah.
I said Olivas.
Olivas.
Yeah, David Olivas.
Olivas, okay.
From Endgame will be in studio to talk with us tonight about their big upcoming New Year's Eve show, so we'll have him in. In the 8 o'clock hour, we'll be doing our big prediction show. We'll be joined with Susan from The Raw Nerve, who was the show that was on directly before ours. And she'll be joining us as a part of that just to make the prediction show at the 8 o'clock hour. 9 o'clock hour, I sense we'll be doing a lot of football talk because something cool happened today. I'm not really sure what it was. Are you aware of what happened today? Football-wise? I don't have any idea. We'll talk about that in the 9 o'clock hour.
I've tried to keep track.
Yeah. We also have a very special phone call coming in for Trojo in the 9 o'clock hour. I will tell you during break what it is, but somebody has a challenge for Trojo to make on the air that will benefit charity in Kitsap County. So we'll talk about that. I'll fill you in about it after the break or during the break.
Oh, this doesn't sound
No, it's good, and it doesn't involve his ex. So it's not what you think it is.
Doesn't involve Trojo's ex?
No.
Well, that's good.
Remember the person who I asked you about online
think she's
today?
dead.
I mentioned a name about somebody, and I asked, you know this person?
Yeah.
It involves that person.
Gotcha.
So I'll explain it to you during the break.
All right.
So, and then, of course, the last call coming up tonight, Trojo has told me he has a special topic to bring to the table for that as well.
Yes, he does.
It'll be a very Trojo-centered show in some parts. In the last
it will, and I
hours of
did
the
bring
show.
a diaper for him in case the Cowboys lose.
In case they lose?
Yeah,
it's a given.
Or in case they win, so if he
Wait, I thought he
himself...
was coming in late tonight.
No, he'll actually be here at 8 o'clock. I called him a little bit ago. He'll be here at 8.
Wow.
Because he wants to be part of the... of the prediction show, so he'll be here at 8.
Listen, breaking news: Islamic extremists have defined that Allah forbids cannibalism.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah. But mutilation and decapitations are cool. So, news at 11. I'm sorry, it just cracks me up, man. So you see these headlines pop up on the AP or Reuters or whatever. Islamic extremist leader says cannibalism bad.
Well, it's like the story
Mutilation and decapitation good.
Yeah, it's like the story that I read last week where they where Al Qaeda apologized for accidentally bombing a hospital. Remember that one that they had that they had said they weren't going to, and then somebody messed up, and then they came out and apologized.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. It's an attempt almost to humanize these guys.
Yeah, an attempt.
But that's what it feels like. It's almost an attempt. Let's humanize Al Qaeda a little bit and make them show that they're human. Well, okay, cool. You're human. You're still killing innocent people all the time, and the fact that you're apologizing for it after the fact doesn't negate it. It's not like if Jeffrey Dahmer came back and said, "Yeah, I didn't mean to kill them. I didn't know they were little boys. I thought, you know what I mean." It's not like we would have been any less punitive on Jeffrey Dahmer. Mm-hmm. Okay, congratulations. They apologize. Who the frick cares?
It kind of cracks you up, doesn't it?
It just it's pitiful. We don't need to be giving them any props, any excuses, any benefits of any doubt. We need to be giving them a sword up their rectum. But that's just me. That's just me. A sword in their rectum.
I'm sorry. I don't mean. I'll let everybody know. First of all, I don't mean to. I sign a little out of sorts. I've got a sore throat this evening, and
I'm a wee bit out of sorts too. I don't know why. The family fireworks stand opened. Squaw Valley Fireworks on Callow Avenue in Bremerton, in between 13th and 15th.
Oh,
the only fireworks stand within I don't know how many miles is it between us and Suquamish, but the only fireworks stand in Central Kitsap. So, stop on by and see us because God knows we're freezing our butts off. But
are you selling anything down there?
No, yeah, we're selling.
Yeah,
it's not like the 4th of July.
No, of course
but it's
not.
Nice because there's not a line. You can just come right down there and get helped out.
Well, I'll tell you,
I'm still de-thawing after being down there all day.
Are you? Okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, God, blessed, it's cold. But I have the big screen down there.
Yeah,
we were watching the Seahawks today, so it did help. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe tomorrow night. Are you gonna be down there tomorrow night?
I'll be there after work. I got to go back to work tomorrow.
Oh.
After my 9-day vacation is over, effective at the end of the day today. So I'll be back at work tomorrow. But I'll go down there tomorrow after work.
Well, maybe tomorrow night I can come by down there and say hi to you or something.
Yeah, come on by, say hi.
Kick your ass at some Madden 25.
That's
at
the
your
house.
Xbox? Oh, yeah.
No, my Xbox One's at the house.
Okay, I don't blame you. That's an expensive piece of equipment. My son says to me, that's like the one and only thing he wanted for Christmas. And I looked at him and I was like, come with me. And we went down to GameStop, right? Walked in there. First thing, walk in the door. The guy's like, we got our Xbox One bundle here, $6.99. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dude, how much?
Yeah, it better come with games at $6.99 because I only paid $4.50 for mine.
It came with like 2 games, an extra controller, and I think a year of Xbox Gold or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. You should get it for him.
Mm-mm. Nope, you can wait till the price comes down. Listen, I got so much money invested in online games for him on the Xbox 360 that if he goes and transfers that all over to Xbox One, he loses it all. So
he doesn't lose it. He can still play his online games on the 360. He doesn't lose that.
Huh?
He doesn't lose that.
Yeah, because his account gets transferred over to the Xbox One.
You don't lose that.
Yeah.
I still have the 360 hooked up. I play games on it all the time.
You still have it under the same account?
Yeah, under my gamer tag is still exactly the same. Huh. Gamer tag's the same.
But you can't play those games on the Xbox One.
No, you still play them on the 360. So when I want to play Halo 4, which I play all the time because I'm the world's greatest Halo 4 player, I play on my 360 and I play on Xbox Live and I still use my gamer tag, my original Xbox gamer tag. When I shut that off and I go back to my Xbox One and I want to play Madden 25 online, that's on my Xbox One. I play with my same gamer tag and I play there. It's not any different.
It sounds like a whole lot of trouble for nothing.
It's exactly it's no trouble. You just don't want to spend $700.
Yeah. You go fake.
Trust me, dude. When you get the Xbox One.
And they've had release issues with it, just like they've had with the Sony.
I've had no issues with my Xbox One.
You may not have, but they've had a lot of...
no,
it's like Obamacare.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah,
listen,
issues with it.
When we come back out of break, and we're not going to discuss this till break, but when we come back out of break, I'm going to ask Paul what he believes the dominant story in 2013 has been.
Easy.
What has been the big story in 2013?
Yeah.
And we'll both share what we think has been the dominant story in 2013.
Oh, you don't want me to tell you now?
No, I don't want you to tell me now. But
I was going to say it was Jodie Foster coming out of the closet.
It was not Jodie Foster coming out of the closet. It was not Jodie Foster coming out of the closet.
Well, it could have been.
By the way, was anybody surprised she was a lesbian?
A little bit.
Am I the only one that was like, didn't we already know this before?
Well,
I mean, she kind of screamed, "Hello, I'm a lesbian." It was kind of obvious.
Okay. Well, I mean, at her age,
didn't your gaydar go off?
With the amount, I don't have a gaydar.
You don't have a gaydar?
No.
Really?
Well, it's broken if I have one. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I have a really good gaydar. I don't have anything against gays or lesbians. I can just meet people and tell if I believe that they're gay or lesbian. I've never been wrong.
I'm gonna leave that one all.
Some people hide it really well. Like when I met Jammer the first time, I knew.
Hey, listen. Do you follow this global warming stuff?
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah.
Do you find
I don't think anybody knows. By the way,
have you? Do you find it ironic that in Antarctica there's a icebreaker ship down there full of scientists studying global warming that's stuck in the ice?
Did you hear the Chinese ship that went to icebreaker that went to get them out is now stuck as well?
No, the Chinese ship is not stuck, but there's an Australian ship on its way.
As of last night, the report I saw
the
last night was
Chinese,
the Chinese stuck was stuck.
It's not anymore.
It's not? Okay.
No.
Oh, the Chinese did something right.
By the way,
10
years without warming.
Stick around. Back after this.
Get outlawed. Hey, sports fans, have you ever wished there was a live and local all-sports broadcasting network, but wish no more? It's ISPNSports.com. Kitsap's only live and local all-sports 24-hour broadcasting network, featuring the Kitsap Blue Jackets, the Olympic College Rangers, high school athletics, and the ISPN Sports Show every Saturday morning from 10 to noon with interviews from exclusive guests from around the Sound. So, you want sports? Go to ISPNSports.com.
The Legacy Group in Silverdale is a well-respected independent mortgage banker, absolutely committed to helping Kitsap County families on their path to home ownership. As an employee-owned company, the Legacy Group has a strong stake in your success, and they want to be your lifetime partner in helping you develop a strong real estate portfolio. Call the Legacy Group in Silverdale today at 698-6440 and find out how they can help you get started on the road to home ownership. 698-6440 for the Legacy Group, a lending experience that's a little different and a lot smarter.
Judy's Sewing in East Bremerton is your one-stop shop for all your sewing, alteration, and clothing repair need. At Judy's Sewing, you can also find tuxedo rentals and bridal party dresses for only $69 and bride's dresses starting at $189. Judy's Sewing at the corner of Fairgrounds Road and Central Valley in East Bremerton, near Handy Andy's, or call Judy at 360-662-1212. That's right, 360-662-1212 for Judy Sewing.
Hey, St. Paul, the voice of reason here. Wanted to send a quick shout out to our friends at Pacific Northwest Artisans. They're a custom concrete and design fabrication company. They can do all of your concrete needs. They can do pathways, walkways, driveways, you name it. You need a new foundation, you're going to do an add-on, give them a call, 731-9812 or 649-0987. Again, that's 731-9812 or 649-0987. Pacific Northwest Artisans, all of your concrete needs.
As Kitsap County's largest maintenance provider, Team Innovative in Paulsbo provides commercial and residential maintenance to hundreds of millions of dollars of local real estate. With services including parking lot maintenance and street cleaning to landscape and design, Team Innovative is committed to using a green approach and following a strong environmental conscience. Team Innovative Services, 697-6858, or visit them online at getinnovative.net. Team Innovative Services, get serious, get innovative.
You've been riding this horse a long time. Why can't you find what you've been looking for?
What in the name of God is this?
This is,
this is Selena Gomez?
Yeah, this is Outlaw. You know, for a guy that has the particular interest in particular types of women that you do, you have a problem with Selena Gomez all of a sudden?
No, I don't know why we're... I get the song representative once I heard it was the Outlaw song, but I didn't realize we were playing bubblegum pop on this show for a moment. So
Sorry,
that's
I
what
should
I was...
rename that one so I don't play it anymore.
No, you can keep playing it. Screw Kevin. Keep playing it. The whole point of the song is what it's about. You have an ego.
Wait, turn it up. Let's see what the lyrics are. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Give me a minute.
It literally says you're an outlaw.
Let's see if the song really represents this show. What did Paul just say? Paul just said it's what the song represents, which is why we're playing it.
No.
So let's take a look at what the lyrics are of this song.
Yeah, you're an outlaw running from love.
What? Are we running from love?
Well, I'm not, but... You want me to finish that
Give me
statement?
just a moment. I'm not running from love. Give me.
Yeah,
a minute.
he's not running from love. Did you see his post the other night that he made on Facebook?
No, what was his post,
About
Caleb?
laying in bed and he feels like that's going to be the rest of his life.
I don't. You can't find proof of that post anywhere. You don't know what I'm talking about.
What'd you do? Pull it down? Did you post something like that, Kevin?
Yeah, he did. He was.
No, I just said that some people are going to be single forever. That's me. I'm going to be single forever. I'm totally fine with that. That's what I said.
That's what you
But
said.
it was a very sad.
Why'd you
sounding
It was
post.
not sad.
Why'd you pull the post off?
I was tired and I was frozen when I wrote it. I was exhausted, emotionally exhausted.
Why did you pull the post off?
Hold on. Here's what it says. Can we go back to this subject really quick?
No, real quick. That's not.
We're not talking about my Facebook post. That's a 4th-hour topic.
No,
Shut up.
That's not the only post he pulled down this week either.
Did it? What else did he pull down?
Oh, he pulled down something I posted too.
No, first of all, okay, hold on. Fine, let's bring that up. So I posted something my pastor said in church. What it even wasn't relevant. I think the comment was
it's really irrelevant.
if it's in your past, if it's something from your past, it's not in your past if it's affecting your present. I think is the gist of what it was. And so and I when I hear things that my pastor says in church, I have my tablet because my Bible's on my tablet, and I will post that on Facebook if it's a little one-liner or something like that that I think is impactful or that I think is something I want to remember. I'll put it on my Facebook. Okay, so Strip posts on there, "Are you in church?" And I said, "Yes, as you should be." And he replies back with something about how you should be paying attention to your pastor, not chatting on Facebook. And I wasn't really chatting on Facebook. So then I took down the whole thread because I didn't want people to think I was chatting on Facebook when I was at church.
See?
So here's the...
That's kind of funny, Kevin.
Yeah. Here's the Selena Gomez lyrics as we get back to what I wanted to bring up in the first place. You've been riding this horse a long time. Sounds like Desi. You've been riding this horse a long time. Why can't you find what you've been looking for? Always greener on the other side, always believing there must be something more. What the fuck is this?
I'm just telling you, it's what?
Never stay very long anywhere as the next girl you leave gets smaller in your rear view mirror. You're an outlaw, you're an outlaw, you're an outlaw running from love.
That is completely you.
That is what I don't know what the hell you're talking
Caleb,
about.
Caleb, is that not Kevin? Des is over there shaking her head. Yeah,
Des has no idea. Des has never hung out with me outside of the show.
No, but she's listened to you enough on this show to have you pegged.
If you tear her world apart, you have no regrets. If there's a key to your heart, no one has found it yet. You're an outlaw, you're an outlaw, you're an outlaw, you're an outlaw running from love.
Totally you. Every line. Yeah, that is completely
These are some deep lyrics, aren't they, Des?
It could have been
your reputation. This might be about me. This reputation might be about me. Your reputation's getting out of control. I can't believe she believes one word you said. Before I let you take my girlfriend home, I've got to warn her about the price on your head. What the really? Selena Gomez needs to go back to Disney
Outlaws
shows.
have prices on their heads.
Who wrote this crap?
Probably.
Writers: Antonio Armato, clearly not English, not an English speaking guy. Selena Gomez, Selena Marie Gomez, Thomas Sturgis, and Timothy James. I don't know why Selena Gomez is in there twice, but okay. Anyway, we should never play that as butt music again.
Kevin doesn't like the songs that represent him well. That's what it comes down to. It's okay.
No, I can very easily come up with the songs that represent me well. In fact, next week on the show, I will have a couple songs that represent me well.
Yeah, you're gonna have them ready as opens.
No, the songs that represent me well don't necessarily.
Well, then send them to me,
opens.
and I'll create them as opens.
Because the opens need to have like a good long instrumental intro, and you know. Yeah.
So
anyway. All right. So what? As I said before the break, what is the one story, Des? What are you laughing about?
Because she knows where she... Just you. It's just you.
Okay. What do you think was the dominant news story in 2014? What do you think, if we look back on 2014, what is the one story you think that's going to leap out?
I got it.
Looking back.
got it.
Go ahead.
6,000 rim jobs on the line.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
6,000 rim jobs on the line.
6,000 rim jobs on the line. Now I know what you're talking about, but explain this.
It's like BlackBerry.
BlackBerry, that's I figured as much.
Literally, she's over here looking at some news stuff or images or something, and one of the images in the newspaper says 6,000 rim jobs online.
Yeah, RIM is the name of the company that owns BlackBerry, and so when they talk about cutting jobs, they talk about RIM jobs, which is the name jobs at RIM. So and Strip sees RIM jobs and he thinks, The days when I was single. All right. So what do you think, Paul? Paul, what do you think was the most dominating news story of 2013?
Oh, definitely Obama or Affordable Care Act. Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, its impact on the election and its failed rollout and as a whole. Yeah, as an inclusive story. Yeah. What's that?
More than the government shutdown.
Yeah. Yeah, because all of that stuff. I mean, that stuff had an impact, but it was a short-lived news cycle portion. The government shut down a couple of weeks. Affordable Care Act's been all year.
Still is way far from being passed.
But the budget is passed.
No, it's not. They passed a partial budget.
No, passed a partial.
The budget's passed.
No.
They haven't decided on...
the entire budget...
is passed.
No, it's not.
But they haven't done the discretionary end of the budget, like where the money gets spent.
And all that garbage. They haven't figured it out yet.
The budget, let me explain this. The budget is passed. Now, where they figure their discretionary spending still has to be figured. So they've established how much money the government will have. Now, how much will go to each department, like how much the IRS gets, how much Homeland Security gets, all that. That still has to be piecemealed out. And they still have to deal with the debt ceiling.
Yeah, that's budget.
But the
that
budget
all falls under budget.
It falls under the budget, but the budget itself, which is how much money does the federal government have to spend, that's actually been passed. And they have gotten rid of sequestration. That's all been cleared, done, zeroed out through. Now, it took them 4 years to frickin' get there, but that's all been resolved. I disagree with Paul. I agree with you in the sense that I think that bipartisanship is the far larger issue, because bipartisanship leads to Obamacare and leads to the shutdown and leads to all these other peripheral issues, but I think that the political infighting is the larger issue, and I think that's the headline. Not that you're wrong, I just think it's part of it.
Well, yeah, it's an opinion issue.
Yeah.
The other story, and I think a close second is Edward Snowden and his releasing of information.
Do you think he's a criminal?
Oh, hey, speaking of that, real quick.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the article that Germany, I think it was like a magazine in Germany, released?
No.
Yeah, it had to do with the NSA, and apparently the NSA has some top secret, like ninja style guys that literally are, if another country orders a part or something like that, if it comes to the U.S. or goes through customs, these guys were literally intercepting packages, and like they take like the monitor cable out and swap it with one of their own high tech monitor cables, or like thumb drives, stuff like that, and we're putting this like high-end tech stuff in it so that they could actually monitor what you were doing on your screen. Like I guess they were sending these out to other countries, to the people in charge or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, are we surprised that this stuff happens? I mean, it's not like the James Bond movies were totally far-fetched in what our capabilities were.
Yeah.
Is anybody surprised that this stuff happens?
Yeah, it just, you reminded me of it because they were talking about whether or not they didn't release whether it was Snowden that gave them this information or not, but yeah, there's speculation.
Yeah, does anybody believe that Snowden's a criminal?
No.
I mean, honestly, Paul, do you think Snowden's a criminal?
Well, by the letter of the law, what he did was stealing. But I think that you can. I'm a firm believer that you can break the law and commit a crime in the process of keeping a greater crime from being committed. Does that make sense?
Should he be protected under the whistleblower?
Yes.
Under Whistleblower Act. Because essentially what he did was whistleblow, right?
No, not essentially. No. Whistleblowing is going to your superiors and saying, hey, this is wrong, blah, 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 blah. That's the first step, but that's not what he did.
But he has proved, though, what we've seen ever since he came forward is that there's no level of his supervisor that he could have gone to in a whistleblower capacity. Because even the White House...
I don't think we know that.
We do. Because even the White House is shown, which is ultimately the one responsible for the decision of this process, that they believe this is a correct course of action, so they're going to stand behind it. We have, in the last 2 weeks, we've had 2 federal courts that have ruled on this. One has said that the NSA is legal in their spine. Mm-hmm. The other one has said that the NSA is illegal in their spine. So there's I don't believe that there's any course of action that Snowden could have reasonably taken by going to any superior to call action to this that would have put an end to it.
Well, again, I think the flaw with saying that what he did as a whistleblower is that he fled the country, and he fled the country to a country who's not exactly our best friend, and in China, and then he fled to Russia. You know, it's
Yeah, but if he'd released the information and stayed here, he would have been in jail.
He'd be
the
in
next
prison
day.
right now.
There's no doubt about it.
it's it. Listen,
And there would
that's
be
very
a lot
possible.
less information.
But then you have the opportunity to have your day in court too.
But
so I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
no,
there's
I
an
don't know
easy
if he'd
answer.
ever see court.
He wouldn't. They would have treated him as a traitor, because technically he did steal government from
Correct.
or information from the NSA.
Correct.
They would have treated him as a terrorist or whatever, because they can do that now.
And that's the question:
And they can
would
lock
he
you
would he be considered a terrorist or a traitor? Because
let me-
because if he's a terrorist, if they decided he was some kind of domestic terrorist by what he did, theoretically they could hold him as long as they wanted to
Yeah,
without
he'd
ever
never see
go.
daylight again.
Well, not only that, but he wouldn't even necessarily be allowed legal help. He wouldn't necessarily have to go before a court anytime soon. There's people that are in Guantanamo, and again, I'm not sticking up for the dirtbags in Guantanamo because, frankly, I don't care if they ever see the light of day in a court. But this guy is not the same. But if they treated him as an enemy combatant, he could be locked up somewhere
Well,
and never get.
Here's kind of an easy comparison for me. Boston Tea Party. We all know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, were they terrorists?
Well, according to the Crown,
Look, so-
they were seditionists.
but to us, they weren't, right? We look at it and say, they were freedom fighters.
They were revolutionaries. Again,
no
one man's
taxation
terrorist
without
is another man's
representation.
revolutionary.
All that stuff.
Take it one step further. The people that were running the Underground Railroad
There you go.
in the South,
Yeah, there you go.
they would have been deemed by the South as criminals,
Yeah.
as at that time modern day terrorists. At that time,
Yeah.
they would have been imprisoned, but they were 100% correct in what they were doing. And the problem
For being
is,
such a civilized country, we got some real big flaws.
yeah, the problem is I think looking back, I think in 50 years or 100 years, we will look back at Edward Snowden and we will celebrate him as a patriot. I really believe that. Now, was his execution correct? No. Did he do it 100% correct? No. I mean, he released this to foreign governments, which really strained some things. He could have done this a little bit differently.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Go to a newspaper and say, "Hey guys, I got the information." Release
Actually,
it.
that's exactly what he
Hold
did.
on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't think he should have released them to foreign governments. I think that they should have been released domestically only.
But does it matter if he had gone to a newspaper and released it? The foreign governments would still know the information because they scan through our stuff all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think.
So it
Listen,
doesn't-
it's so
it's irrelevant.
disingenuous of Israel and Germany and these other foreign nationalist leaders to go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you were spying on us." Really?
Oh, they just haven't got caught yet.
Yeah. Their people are doing it to us too. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, and all I'm thinking the whole time is, "Hey, B-Rock, don't pick up the phone and apologize again, dude. Just keep your mouth shut. Just leave it alone and let it die a silent death."
And does anybody believe that China's not doing the same thing? That Great Britain's not doing the same thing? That France is not doing the same thing? Does anybody think that we're the only nation in the world that involves in spying on our allies or spying on our enemies or spying on the countries that we don't know what they're doing? Does anybody really think that we're the only? I guarantee you, when we get into these private closed-door meetings with the other members of OPEC or not OPEC, but of NATO or of these big financial summits or at the UN, I guarantee that Great Britain looks at us and goes, "You dumbasses got caught," and they laugh at us for getting caught.
Oh, guaranteed.
Or
probably.
Putin looks at us because he's got that Super Bowl ring on his finger.
That's because he gets to sit back and say, "Oh, I can't believe they would go that far. That's true totalitarianism. I would never go that far." Yeah, right.
And he
that dude
giggles.
just shuts down state-controlled and run
Yeah.
media outlets.
And they giggle their asses off because we got caught and they didn't.
Yeah, that's exactly.
There's no. This is posturing for the sake of their population, but there's no real issue between us and Israel or us and Great Britain or us and anybody else because everybody's doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
So I just, but I honestly believe that at some point Snowden will be looked at as a hero and a patriot, and that'll be the end of that. We just have to get there. But I don't have an issue with the fact that he left the country either, because he would have never gotten a fair shake in this country as it was.
No, yeah, I completely agree.
He'd have been found dead in a cemetery somewhere of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Or drive-by
or something.
Nah, he'd have been like Andrew Breitbart jogging home one morning after breakfast and just dropped of a coronary.
Or something. Yeah, what happened to Vince Foster? Nobody knows, but he killed himself in a park.
I don't know who that is.
He was
it's before your time.
He was one of the Clinton. He was a Clinton lawyer through Whitewater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just it doesn't. Nothing that he's released screams to me that he was a traitor.
No, because if he was a traitor, he wouldn't have publicly made all that information.
He didn't ransom it.
Yeah,
he didn't say, "I got all this stuff I'm going to release to the world. Pay me $5 billion, and I'll let you have it back."
I suspect he probably ransomed some of it off.
Nothing's come out that he ransomed it.
Well, no,
and believe me, that the federal government would release that if he had tried to.
Here's why. Here's why I think that. Well, not really ransom it, but I there's probably some information he gave up to some other countries in order to stop from getting deported back here. You know, the U.S. wanted Russia to pick him up and send him back, and they said no. So, you know, they wanted China to do the same thing. I suspect there's some information he gave up to those countries in order to cover his ass.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think that if he'd given something up, right now the White House would be tossing his ass under a bus in order to make themselves look better in this case. Because right now, this whole NSA spying thing is a huge black eye. The federal judge last week, not this week, but last week or the week before, issued a ruling that basically said that the NSA spying thing is unconstitutional.
Yeah, there was an oversight committee too, I believe, that said something about what the NSA was doing was wrong or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it was a House oversight committee. The House is all conservative Republicans for the most part. We knew that they were going to say that. That's nothing new. The judge that ruled a couple of weeks ago was a judge that was appointed by Bush. So again, we kind of figured that. The judge that was appointed by Clinton that ruled this week ruled that it wasn't unconstitutional. And there's some really great arguments that are made on it. The judge that ruled this week basically said, look, they're collecting phone records that is basically being collected by your telephone company and provided to you in a bill every month that is put through the mail. There's no expectation of privacy in that information. That's what the judge said.
Yeah, no, there is.
And again...
Because when you sign a contract with the phone company, there is an expectation of privacy between you and the phone company and your records. Also, if they're mailing you a letter with your phone records in it, there's an expectation of privacy when it goes to the mail.
Right. No, and I'm not debating that. I'm just telling you what I'm just giving you a synopsis of what I understood the judge gave in the ruling. The problem is this whole thing is most likely going to come down to a Supreme Court judgment. And Paul, how many conservatives are on the court?
5.
How many liberals are on the court?
4. How
do you think that's going to go?
Well, it's hard to say.
It should go. If you take the liberal conservative roll out, it should go unconstitutional. But everybody expected it to go that way with Obamacare. And John Roberts was the one that made the deciding vote.
Correct.
And he went with the liberals.
That's correct.
Which, again, still baffles me to this day. But
hey, there's a lot of people's pockets being lined. I mean, how many of those judges do you think get money on the side to help?
I don't think any. I don't think the judges are getting anything on the side.
Or a phone call from the president saying, "Hey, let's talk about this."
I don't think any. I think the judges have no reason now to throw it. They're paid very well and they're guaranteed appointment for life.
Yeah, but.
And I think if a judge swayed anything, then the minute the next president comes in, there's a different party, they would oust them in a heartbeat because they'd have room to. I think the Supreme Court justices, even though they're biased in their leanings politically, you know, John Roberts is definitely a conservative. You can tell that from his record. Sotomayor is definitely a liberal. You can tell that from her voting record. But other than that, I don't think there's anything that taints them to go one way or the other outside of how they've interpreted what the law is. I don't think that they'd ever go against that because they'd screw themselves out of a job.
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be appointed for life.
Oh, they are.
It's ridiculous.
They are appointed for life.
It gives them I kind of get it because it makes it so if they make a decision, they don't have to worry about backlash from them losing
that's
their
correct.
jobs.
They're supposed to be above politics. That's the point.
But at that same note, I mean, because they're so above,
Yeah.
it gets stuck in the ways and things don't change and get a bunch of old guys sitting there.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
I don't have an issue with the Supreme Court the way it is. I don't like a lot of things about our government, but I think the Supreme Court is perfect the way it is. Appoint people that are in there and then leave them alone in there. Make them so they don't face any recourse for what they do. Make it so that no matter what, their sole job is to interpret the Constitution and the laws accordingly, and then know that however they interpret it, there's not going to be any backlash from that, and make them fully insulated. And as long as they're fully insulated and they're not taking any money from any special interest or any outside groups, they're fully independent, and their job is just to interpret the Constitution, then they're going to be fine. Now, if they ever take outside money, you're out of a job.
Yeah. Did you ever see that? The Muhammad Ali movie about when he dodged the draft.
No.
Did you guys ever see that? So, basically, they went to the Supreme Court, and I'll tell you what, man. If you get a chance, watch it. It's a fairly decent movie.
I didn't realize his went to the Supreme Court.
You'll have to look that up. That'll be fascinating. And since you, well, I'm sorry. I apologize. Continue.
Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, you sit down and watch it. It's literally a bunch of old guys sitting around the table. One of the guys can't even really freaking hear, or what, just.
Is he like that dude on Fat Albert?
He's just completely. He shouldn't be in the position that he's in. And the rest of the guys are all like, "Oh, he's black."
Is that HBO's movie Muhammad Ali's Greatest Fight?
Was
that on HBO?
I don't know. I'm not the one that turned it on.
Okay.
I'm the greatest. I run like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
The whole you got these guys that were sitting down. They were racist and didn't want to deal with it. You get these old guys.
Yeah, it was the height of the '60s.
You get these guys that are stuck in these positions, and they're there all their life. There's no change. It's just like the gays and lesbians. It takes so long for things to change.
Oh, you can't call them that anymore, by the way. Now they are sexually disenfranchised.
Whatever. Call them whatever I want.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. God.
But my point being, you get these guys that are sitting in these positions of power for long periods of time. They don't change with the times.
Well, I don't know. Remember that the Supreme Court overturned Ali's conviction. They basically said that there wasn't enough evidence to convict Ali of dodging the draft, and they said the United States hadn't proven the case well enough, and they basically said you're a free man, you're good to go.
Yeah, well, they do. They look at things at a constitutional standpoint and stuff like that, but man, all these labels that everybody has, liberal, Republican, Democrat, it needs to go away. It really does. It'll
never go away. This society's gotten too easy to honeypot everything together into a way that makes sense, and it does a serious injustice to everything.
Well, I will tell you and I've been giving this a lot of thought this year as I've been looking at my political directions and leanings and thoughts on some different issues, and I think Caleb brings up some very fine points there. And part of the reason I've been reevaluating them, for example, I've been asked to join a group called the Oath Keepers. And in point of fact, I'm hoping that we're going to be able to have the local director of the Oath Keepers on air. I think you got that text too.
I did get that. We need to set that up.
Yeah. And I find the group to be interesting, and I find some of the stuff interesting. I went to one sit down, just a meet and greet with them so far, before I make my own decision on it. And I was thinking, for a lot of years I identified as Republican, and then over the last 4 or 5 years I've really identified more libertarian. And a lot of people are like, oh, why? Why the change? Well, it's really not that much of a change in that I've always been fiscally conservative, socially moderate. In other words, when it comes to social issues, I'm very middle of the road on them. I have some I feel very strongly about one way or the other. I have grown to support gay marriage. I will never change my opinions on abortion. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I have very strong views on social issues, but I don't allow them to define me because I understand that the social issues should be outside the scope politic. Does that make sense? So for me, I have decided that I'm going to primarily focus this next year on the issues that have made this country great, and fight for those issues, no matter what they are, no matter what party supports them or doesn't support them, whatever, however you want to look at it. And I think that in reference to what Caleb was saying, we can't allow ourselves as Americans, A, to be stuck in the past, and B, we cannot, under any circumstances, allow ourselves to be pigeonholed. And a lot of people that I know, for example, when I say pigeonholed, and I'm not going to mention this individual's name because he very well may be listening, but his dad and his grandfather, diehard conservative Republicans, okay? He doesn't know the meaning of church. There's nothing conservative about him, but he still is just a complete hater. I mean, literally, the guy says, it's my patriotic duty to not sign up for the Affordable Care Act. Well, it has nothing to do with your patriotic duty.
Right.
And it's like you may choose to not sign up as a sign of protest, but you're still paying that fine at tax time. No, I'm not paying the fine. You're not going to have a choice, you dumbass. I mean, it's like you're not going to have a choice. You're not even listening to what you're saying. You make no sense. You can't just take a stance on a political issue because it's... I mean, you got to be able to back it up.
Yeah.
You can't just... And I know so many people that are like this on both sides of the aisle, people will, that are on the left side of the aisle will attack me for my stance on abortion. Hey, you know what? It's my freaking stance. Get off my back about it. You don't like it? Tough. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. Don't belittle or take away from what I think or feel. I can back up my position on the issues. And it kills me that I see so many people who take these stances on issues and don't even know why.
Yeah.
They have no clue why they take the stance on it. I hate Republicans, therefore Republicans are evil. Republicans are warmongers. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know why you're saying that. Why? Because you saw a president fly and land on an aircraft carrier with a mission accomplished sign on the back? You know what I mean? You have no idea what you're talking about. And listen, for people like Kevin and I, for people like me who are highly educated on the issues, I'm not, clearly. Go ahead. I'm just messing with you, brother. Anyway, for people like us that we sit down and we really educate ourselves on the issues, there is a big difference between Kevin and I, and if you listen to the show, you probably understand it. Kevin tends to lean more emotional towards issues, and I tend to lean more towards the facts. Both have their pros and both have their cons. I think that's the best way to look at it. So,
all right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into our predictions.
Prediction show.
For the upcoming year. Susan will join us by phone. Trojo should be here as well. And we'll get Desi in for this. We'll get Strip in for this as well. It'll be fun.
We're gonna be nice.
You're gonna make predictions.
That's why we added the shuns to the end of the predict.
What?
Get it? We're gonna be nice. That's why we added shun to the end of predict.
Strip, you're gonna be part of the predictions, aren't you? Okay.
Yes, he will.
All right. Well, he kind of shook his head over there, like I didn't know what it is.
And Dez is gonna be feverishly typing out and putting out there on Facebook and Twitter every single prediction, as we're not how we each go about it, but what the prediction topic is.
We're back after this. Top of the hour news is next.
Coming up on
Get
Top
Outlaw.
Chef.
You're going to be asked to cook using only what can be found in the dumpsters in the French Quarter.
I'm Barbara
Someone
Fong.
moves my pot again?
The Obama
We're gonna have a
administration
pot.
is touting
Carlos,
a
looks like
surge
it's
in the
flawed.
number of
Looks like
people
an apple.
signing up for health insurance
I like
coverage on the
drooling on
federal
myself at this
exchange.
point.
The
really
administration
embrace
says more than
what French
1.1
cuisine is
million
about. I
people
don't
are now
like it.
enrolled.
Yuck,
That doesn't
up, man.
include those who enrolled in the 14 states that have their own exchanges. The goal was to have more than 3 million enrolled by the end of this year. Congressional Republicans are criticizing a New York Times investigation into last year's attacks on the American mission in Benghazi that killed 4 Americans, including Ambassador Chris Stevens. NPR's Ada Peralta reports GOP leaders are calling the story misleading and inaccurate.
The Benghazi attacks have been politicized, becoming the subject of presidential campaign sniping, with Republicans claiming the Obama administration misled the American public by downplaying al-Qaeda involvement. But the Times report supports administration claims, saying local groups were responsible for the attack and were fueled by an anti-Islamist video. On Meet the Press, Congressman Darrell Issa implied the difference here is semantics, whether one considers the Islamist organization Ansar al-Sharia a part of al-Qaeda.
September 11th is not an accident. These are terrorist groups, some of them claimed as al-Qaeda linked.
Issa insists the video did not lead to the attack. Ada Peralta, NPR News, Washington.
Saudi Arabia is pledging $3 billion to help Lebanon strengthen its armed forces and buy weapons from France. Lebanon's president is calling it the biggest grant ever for the nation's military. The Lebanese army is struggling to contain increasing violence linked to the civil war in neighboring Syria. 7-time Formula One champion Michael Schumacher is in a French hospital in critical condition after a skiing accident. He arrived at Grenoble Hospital in a coma and is in critical condition after undergoing brain surgery. As NPR's Nathan Rott reports, Schumacher is one of the most prominent names in the history of race car driving.
Michael Schumacher was known on the racetrack for his daring and win-at-all-costs attitude. The 44-year-old German won his first world title in 1994 by crashing into his rival in the final race when his own hopes for winning that race were already over. He would retire in 2006 as Formula One's most prolific champion. He won 7 world titles and was one of only 2 men to reach 300 races in the dangerous sport. Schumacher was backcountry skiing at a resort in the French Alps at the time of the accident. According to the resort's director, Schumacher's head struck a rock, but the racing champion was wearing a helmet and was conscious immediately after the fall. Nathan Rott, NPR News.
In Russia, a suicide bomber detonated explosives at a train station in the southern city of Volgograd, killing 15 other people. The attack is heightening concerns about security at the Winter Olympics in Sochi. This is NPR. In Antarctica, the ice that's trapped a Russian ship since Tuesday seems to be starting to break up. That's raising the hopes of the 74 people on board that they'll be rescued soon. An Australian icebreaker is expected to reach the ship sometime tonight. Yesterday, heavy ice forced a Chinese icebreaker to turn back just 7 miles from the Russian vessel. The Park Service is canceling the 2014 ultramarathon that begins in California's Death Valley National Park. NPR's Ina Jaffe reports safety is the major concern.
The Badwater 135 is named for the spot where it begins, the lowest point below sea level in North America. Temperatures can reach 130 degrees in summer. From there, runners cross the desert, tackle 3 mountain ranges, and end up near the top of Mount Whitney, the highest peak in the lower 48 states. But park officials have temporarily halted all foot and bicycle races through Death Valley. Park spokeswoman Cheryl Chipman says that the concern isn't the runners and cyclists who know how to prepare for the scorching heat, but the support crews and spectators who've risked clogging the narrow 2-lane roads as the events have become more popular. Chipman said the safety study could be complete and races could resume by October. Ina Jaffe, NPR News.
The highest court in France has approved a temporary 75% tax on incomes higher than $1.4 million. Individuals won't be taxed. That was ruled unconstitutional. So the government is making employers pay that pay the high salaries liable. And that plan is being given the go-ahead. It's aimed at reducing France's budget deficit. I'm Barbara Klein, NPR News in Washington.
Support for NPR comes from...
Hey, sports fans, have you ever wished there was a live and local all-sports broadcasting network, but wish no more? It's ISPNsports.com. Kitsap's only live and local all-sports 24-hour broadcasting network, featuring the Kitsap Blue Jackets, the Olympic College Rangers, high school athletics, and the ISPN Sports Show every Saturday morning from 10 to noon with interviews from exclusive guests from around the Sound. So, you want sports? Go to ISPNsports.com.
The Legacy Group in Silverdale is a well-respected independent mortgage banker, absolutely committed to helping Kitsap County families on their path to home ownership. As an employee-owned company, the Legacy Group has a strong stake in your success, and they want to be your lifetime partner in helping you develop a strong real estate portfolio. Call the Legacy Group in Silverdale today at 698-6440 and find out how they can help you get started on the road to home ownership. 698-6440 for the Legacy Group, a lending experience that's a little different and a lot smarter.
Judy's Sewing in East Bremerton is your one-stop shop for all your sewing, alteration, and clothing repair need. At Judy's Sewing, you can also find tuxedo rentals and bridal party dresses for only $69 and bride's dresses starting at $189. Judy's Sewing at the corner of Fairgrounds Road and Central Valley in East Bremerton, near Handy Andy's, or call Judy at 360-662-1212. That's right, 360-662-1212 for Judy's Sewing.
Hey, St. Paul, the voice of reason here. Wanted to send a quick shout out to our friends at Pacific Northwest Artisans. They're a custom concrete and design fabrication company. They can do all of your concrete needs. They can do pathways, walkways, driveways, you name it. You need a new foundation, you're going to do an add-on, give them a call, 731-9812 or 649-0987. Again, that's 731-9812 or 649-0987. Pacific Northwest Artisans, all of your concrete needs.
As Kitsap County's largest maintenance provider, Team Innovative in Paulsbo provides commercial and residential maintenance to hundreds of millions of dollars of local real estate. With services including parking lot maintenance and street cleaning to landscape and design, Team Innovative is committed to using a green approach and following a strong environmental conscience. Team Innovative Services, 697-6858, or visit them online at getinnovative.net. Team Innovative Services, get serious, get innovative.
Every time our country stands in the path of danger, an instinct seems to summon her finest first.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
It's always the patriots who first hear the call. For everyone within the sound of my voice, from my cold, dead hand,
All right, it's the Outlaw Radio Network, our final show of 2013. St. Paul, the voice of reason.
And it's our annual, going on 6 years now, prediction show.
Yeah.
Here, coming up. So when you guys listen to these predictions...
We're stalling, by the way, because we're waiting for Susan to call in, and Trojo's not here yet. I'm very disappointed.
Okay. Yeah. So what we do is, Kevin and I sit down. Okay, Kevin sits down and then asks me for my input.
That's right.
Kevin puts a lot of time into coming up with these, and then I just kind of fill in the blanks where I can. So what he does is Kevin sits down, he comes up with a host of questions about what do you think this, what do you think that, and we make very uneducated predictions about the questions that he comes up with for this upcoming year, and we try to have fun with it, but some of it's serious.
Sure,
but a lot of it is fun, and like I have a good one. I have a good one for you, Kevin, because we've talked about your dating life many times on the show. Now, before I go any further, I must say some of these are about politics, some of them are about social issues, some of them are about sports issues. So we run the gamut, everything. If we would talk about it on this show, it could be in the prediction section.
Sure. And I'm going to leave it open too, because at the end of this, we're all going to make one prediction. I didn't tell you this earlier. We're all going to make one prediction just off the cuff.
Okay.
Any prediction at all about anything.
Okay.
Specific prediction. It can't be, I'll predict it's going to rain in January, but it's got to be some kind of specific prediction.
I already know what mine will be.
Do you know what yours will be?
Yes, I do, and we'll leave that till the end for you, because I know that's how you're going.
Yeah, we'll save it at the end, and we'll all do that. So we're stalling because Susan's going to be calling in. Susan, who's the host of The Raw Nerve, so Des will keep an eye open for that. Des is keeping it open for it.
Des, can you answer the phone over there if somebody calls? Okay.
Yeah, she really is outstanding. I give Des a hard time, but Des is really outstanding.
And you know what? This is, by the way, going to be excellent on her resume. If you work at a radio station in Seattle, you need to hire this girl as an intern.
No, you don't, because if you hire her, then she won't work for us anymore, so do not hire her.
I have a sinking suspicion that even if she goes big time, she'll still come and hang around with us because she'll feel like we're her roots.
You think so?
And she has a secret crush on you.
She does. It's not very secret, though.
Look at the look on her face. That was she looked like she just had some more of that ghost pepper sauce. I'm sorry, Kevin. I didn't mean that.
She loved that ghost pepper sauce.
You handled it like a pro, Des. By the way, you did. You handled it like a pro. Your microphone is ugly, which means it's not hot.
I guess it's not plugged in. Caleb set that up 2 weeks ago, and now it's not working, so we'll have to look at it.
All right. No worries.
That ghost pepper sauce was bad. That was just bad.
You didn't like that, huh?
No.
Yeah,
and I don't think I handled it that well. I almost threw up.
We did.
Times.
We thought you handled yourself. You. What's the word I'm looking for, Kevin? When somebody allocates themselves well, or no, that's not the right word. What's the word when
they handle themselves well, or they
but it's
present themselves
well?
well?
It's a more fancy word than that. It's you know how I like to use big words. It makes me feel and look smart.
Oh, it looks like she's answering the phone. So
Okay.
it looks like we're gonna have Susan on the line here in just a second. So
Okay.
we'll let her take care of that. We're still holding for Tro, who told me he'd be here by 8:00.
Well, when have you known Tro to be on time?
Well, I specifically called him right before the show and asked.
You know, I was kind of hoping that Miss Harper would come in here. Now, I've played her. She's not a bad pool player.
No, he doesn't know anything about it yet.
Huh?
He doesn't know anything about it.
That's fine.
He doesn't even know the name.
He'd better be on his way here, which means he's not listening to the show.
But he may not be on his way here because it's frickin' Trojo.
You know what I'm waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting to hear music playing in the background because, like, when he walks in and I see his face come past the plexiglass over here, it's like I visualize and hear the theme song to Different Strokes.
I hear the theme song to Webster.
Have you seen I heard that I have some family members that went to see the Grudge match over the weekend.
Yeah,
with Sylvester Stallone and what's the name of that short black comedian with the really high pitched voice? They said it was just absolute. And Robert De Niro.
Chris Tucker?
No, Chris Tucker's tall, not short.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Anyway, he points out to me, asks the dude in the commercial for the movie. He looks at the guy and he's like, "How was Jesus? Was he a nice guy? I just want to know," like implying that the guy's really, really old. So anyway, it was just really funny.
Hey, so did you hear that the cost of stamps is going up again?
49 cents.
49 cents.
49 cents for 2 years is what I understand.
Yeah,
and they're looking to go into 5-day-a-week delivery.
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. I understand.
Can I tell you that the postal service in the city of Bremerton is the worst postal service I've ever seen in my entire life?
It's just the postal service. It's not the city.
I don't know.
Bremerton
I've never
Postal
had
Service.
issues with mail delivery like I've had in the city of Bremerton.
See, I've never tried ordering a mail. How did that go for you?
They're horrible. The city of Bremerton Postal Service, the employees in the Postal Service, every single last dimwit that delivers mail in the city of Bremerton needs to just quit.
Why?
I am in the middle of just a cluster issue with them.
You know why? It's because you live in West Bremerton, and you get nothing but shitty employees working in West Bremerton.
Yeah, nobody wants to work in West Bremerton. They're afraid of getting gunned down on the sidewalk.
My mail guy is awesome. I love my mail guy.
I'll tell you right now, I'm fighting with him again. Last October,
and he brings treats for my dog.
Oh, you know what's great about this? Last October, I had to move my mailbox from my house to the fence line because they didn't want to come in my yard anymore because I have Chihuahua dogs, and they're terrified by Chihuahua dogs. Motherfucking Chihuahua dogs.
Dude.
Hey, my job actually, if you have dogs in your yard,
yep,
it's the same thing with us. We won't come into your yard.
No, so it's fine. It's fine. I moved it to the fence line. And it's in the yard, but mounted on the fence on my gate, but it's inside my yard. Okay, I'm not going to put it outside my fence because I don't want the people walking down the busy street that I live on to see my mailbox and fuck with it. Okay, so I put it inside my gate so they can just reach over the little gate and put my mail inside my box. Okay, it's not hard. Reach over the gate. Put the mail in the goddamn mailbox.
In your box.
All right? Can you tell I'm mad about this?
Fist me, buddy.
Fist me. Bam. So this week, not once but twice, we've watched the mail lady walk right by my house and not even attempt to put mail in. So I called the post office and said, "So what's the issue?" "Oh, well, your dogs were out." I don't give a fuck. What's the issue? "Oh, well, if the dogs were out, we will not even attempt mail delivery." It's on the goddamn gate. Well, yeah, but they might jump up at them. I moved it on the gate after the frickin' postmaster told me to move it there. It's where they fucking told me to put it.
Tell us how you really feel. I told you guys.
God damn it, man.
Listen, again.
And you wonder why nobody... They're not mute. My dog couldn't jump that high if you gave the fucker a pogo stick.
No, I'm just saying they're mutants. I mean, they're not supposed to exist in nature. You can't blame...
Come rain, come sleet, come cold of night, come terrorist, come fucking mutant gases and aliens, all that stuff, and we'll still deliver the goddamn mail. But if there's one fucking Chihuahua, we're gonna... No mail for you.
You know...
that's just ridiculous.
Pit bulls get a bad rap. a bad rap. Chihuahuas are the worst dog, in my opinion, though, as a breed. They will nip and try to bite at your ankle. Oh, they're terrible.
I don't have an issue with that. But last October, I talked with the postmaster, and they said, move it to the gate,
I got
just inside your fence line, so we can just reach over the fence and put it in your box. I did exactly what they told me to do, and now 2.5 months later, they're like, oh, well, we don't want to reach over because your little dogs might get to... Are you freaking high?
Hey,
I love his obsession with people stuffing his box.
We do have a caller online.
It better not be somebody who works for the goddamn post office.
But here's what you do: get some PVC piping, right? Some good size.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to build something. I was just going to build a little PVC thing, have it drop down, and then. But I've heard that the post office isn't legally allowed to deliver mail unless it's in an approved freaking mailbox.
Yeah, no, you have it go into a mailbox.
That is stupid.
That's all you got to do.
That is
Make sure
stupid.
the mail gets
Better yet,
my tax dollars at work.
Better yet, Kevin.
And by the way,
make a big sign and put it there next to the post office that says, "My dogs are 6 inches tall."
And better yet, do you know what the post office people get? Their pensions are so much better than the average federal employee.
Their pensions are what are responsible for bankruptcy.
They are treated better than federal employees that work for the military. They have a better retirement plan. They have a better medical insurance package than any other federal employee, including the people who work for the DOD. They're goddamn letter carriers. They carry letters. Coupons! Valpak! God damn it!
Did you know?
Playboy! My computer does what they do! Who's our caller?
Who do you think it is?
Is it Susan?
It is.
Hello, Susan. How are
Hopefully
you?
She's still there.
Hello, darling. How you doing?
Do you hate the post office as much as I do?
I just wish I could get my mail at a regular time so I know when to expect it. I get my mail anywhere from noon to 5 p.m.
Oh, yeah. I was getting my mail from 10 in the morning till 5 p.m. That's why I used to just keep my dogs in every day from like 1 to 4 because, the mail lady usually came at about 3. So we would keep the dogs in for a couple of hours around 3 o'clock every day just to make sure it wasn't an issue. And then she started showing up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, why are you here at 10 o'clock in the morning? And she's the one wigging out because the dogs are outside.
Hey, wait, I got an idea. Kevin, I got an idea.
What?
Well, you know what we can't figure out?
What's that?
I wish somebody explained to me, you're talking about how much the post office spends, why is it that a mail truck will go past my house 4 or 5 times a day? I know this because my dog hates the mail truck, so he goes insane every time one drives
because
by.
a mail truck is only so big, and they have to go back and get more mail.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, get a bigger truck because they're paying for that gas.
Let me say this.
Actually, they're fairly
let me say this.
Economical on gas.
If that mail truck is so full of mail that they have to go back and pick up more, and they got to drive down the street that many times, then why is the mail service failing? Why are they losing money left and right?
Well, because it
they're
costs
making
more than
40 cents a letter, that truck will hold how many letters?
Let me tell you something.
Because it costs more than that to deliver the mail. That's all.
It takes. I have 2 apartment complexes.
Yeah.
Technically, then there's a condo, and there's actually a smaller apartment complex just down the road. I can tell you for a fact that it takes an entire, just one truck to deliver all the mail to that 4-story building apartment complex across the street.
Susan, are you okay? You're breathing kind of heavy there. Should we talk to your husband?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to find something.
Okay, well, that's a little private there, Susan. We'll give you a second.
So, Susan, we have an issue.
Yes.
Our other person who was supposed to be part of our prediction show has decided he's going to be a Cowboys fan, which means they're going to choke in the clutch and not be here on time.
Let's just get started with Adam. He'll be here. He'll be fine.
You think we should start with Adam?
Let's just start with Adam.
Trojo, right?
Yeah, Trojo's not here.
Yeah, let's just get started with
Adam. So we'll do it
with
without him. All right, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. And are you trying to fix Desiree's microphone? All right, we're fixing Desiree's microphone, so give it a second. So what did you talk about in your show today, The Raw Nerve, that you can catch every Sunday from 5 to 7? What was your show about today?
Oh, talk about a bunch of things, like that whole, the kid with the affluence.
Oh, that's a
Affluenza.
great story. Tell our listeners about that story. We haven't talked about that at all.
Yeah, a kid, I want to say he's in Texas, 16-year-old kid, 3 times the legal limit for alcohol in his system, plus Valium, plows into 4 people, kills all 4 of them, put some guy that was in his truck. He's in a head in a bed basically for the rest of his life. All he can do is blink. He's paralyzed, and the kid got 10 years probation. And the argument was that his parents, his rich parents, basically coddled him so much that he had no sense of responsibility, and it wasn't his fault. They called it a disease called affluenza.
Affluence syndrome or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you grow
And
up
I
so
said
rich.
if it was that bad, the parents should take him away from their parents.
Can I just say this?
Or CPS.
Only rich motherfucking lawyers who have rich, coddled children would ever come up with that defense, right?
Well,
You think?
Can I? This is what I said when I heard about that ruling.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to deem that he's not responsible because of that, I think that's ridiculous. But if that's how the court's going to rule, then fine. But that means that then the punishment should fall to the parents, and they should be responsible, and they should be serving the time.
Somebody should.
Well, I mean,
Somebody
if
and
you're
I think
basically
you
going to
should be the
say
kid.
that. If you're basically going to say that they failed to raise him appropriately, that they are then therefore responsible for his actions, and they should then therefore be the ones serving the prison sentence for what he did. And they should both be sentenced to prison for the crime that he committed. And they should be
But
wearing...
If they do that, then the state is doing the boy no more service than his parents did. They're not forcing him to take accountability either.
I get that, but they're not going to make him take accountability either way with their judgment. So if they're going to make that the judgment, if they're going to say he's not responsible, I'm not saying that they should, but if that's the verdict they're going to come up with, which is that he's not responsible, then they need to hold his parents responsible for doing that to him, and they should be the ones sitting in prison right now.
Somebody sure as hell should be, because it pisses the crap out of me.
Amen to that. That's why I love your show.
Oh, it made me so mad. Just made me so mad.
Do you know that you have the best show on the internet that's on directly before ours? Did you know that?
Did I? Oh, really?
You do, yeah.
You're too kind.
Hey, you want to make some predictions?
Sure, about what?
Well, now Strip left. God bless it. Trying to get all of us together at one time to make these predictions is really hard to do.
That's okay. We can start by the time he gets back down here.
All right, Desiree, make
Yeah.
your mic hot. Oh, your mic is hot. You're going to be part of this. Okay, you ready?
So remember, Des, as we're going along, Kevin will read the prediction, and so that's when you post it, and we're all going
I'm
to
just
talk about it.
questioning it. I'm not going to state what everybody's prediction is. Correct?
Yeah, you're just going to put the
Okay.
questions, and then you're also going to answer as well, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to start off with politics.
Now, hold on. But if Kevin says something remarkably uneducated and
Or Paul.
stupid,
Then of course I'll post it.
then of course you post it. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, Susan?
Yeah, or if Paul
You guys
says
kill me.
something. Yeah, if Paul says something stupid, which
never
coming in
happens.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Libtard. All right.
All right, here we go. Your first question. We'll start off with politics.
The first prediction. All right.
And I'll go first on this one.
You do it.
First question on the politics for 2014. After the midterm elections, will Democrats retain control of the Senate? After the 2014 elections, I will say yes. Paul, what say you?
I don't think they will. I think that they're going to lose control of it as a result of the Affordable Care Act, right or wrong.
Okay, we'll come back to Strip in a minute. Des, will Democrats retain control of the Senate after the midterm elections?
Senate.
I know what the Senate is.
Do you?
It's a big
Yes,
house
I
with the
do.
big party. And
Yeah, hold on.
Wait, so what's the question one more time?
What's the Senate?
Oh my God, Paul, shut up.
All right. The question is, if we have to repeat every question, this will take us the next 9 hours. Do Democrats retain control of the Senate after the midterm elections in November?
No.
All right. We can't ask Trojo because he's not here. Susan?
Mm-hmm.
Do Democrat... Yes?
Sadly, yes.
All right.
Sadly,
Sadly, wow.
Yes, Susan, I love
All right.
it. I love
Paul,
it.
you're going to answer this one first. Do Republicans retain control of the House after the midterm elections, the House of Representatives?
Yes.
Des?
But the House
Yes.
of Representatives.
Susan?
Oh, yes.
I agree as well. I think we're going to have more of the status quo.
They're going to have a hard time getting a Republican elected dog catcher.
There you go. All right.
Sorry, but it's true.
Des, I'm going to ask the question, then I'm going to qualify what it means before you answer.
What Susan just said doesn't make any sense. Susan, you said the Republicans will retain control of the House after the 2014 elections, and then you just said the Republicans would have a hard time electing a dog catcher.
What I mean by that, dear, is that I think the Republicans have a lot of work to do ahead of them to get voters back on their side, and I think it's sad. But I think they brought it on themselves.
I don't disagree with that. By the way, Des, make sure you quote Susan on Twitter and say Republicans will have a hard time getting a dog catcher elected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kevin, just
Packer.
send these questions to me. It's going to be a lot easier than me typing them and answering at the same time.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to copy and paste it in the break.
Okay.
All right. Des, I'm going to ask the question, then I'm going to qualify it to make sure you understand what it means.
Okay.
Will Obama officially be impeached in 2014? Now, remember, impeached does not mean being removed from office. It just means to have charges brought against him for impeachment through the House of Representatives. Clinton was impeached, but he survived the impeachment process and was never removed from office. So, will the House of Representatives impeach Obama during 2014? Des?
I don't think they will.
Susan?
Thought she was going to have us define
No.
impeach.
No.
I disagree. I think they will. I think that they will bring impeachment against him, Paul.
I think, as is your typical manner, crack smoking appears to be on the menu this evening. No, they won't impeach him.
Okay.
I think they may try, but it will not work. Somebody will bring it up. Somebody will try. It won't work.
Haven't people already tried bringing it up several
The
times?
question, but Susan, the question is not will they get him impeached out of office, but will the House officially attempt to impeach him?
I understand what you're saying. Basically say you were a bad boy on this.
Well, yeah. Will they try to impeach him? Will they try to kick him out of office?
Somebody will try. It will not work.
So she says yes. Okay. All right. And so Susan and I both agreed that it will not work. You guys are nil because you guys both said no.
Yeah, won't happen.
All right. Let's get Strip caught up on the questions really quick.
If I
Strip,
think somebody's going to try.
Just continue on. It's okay.
I'm going to catch him up since he's here. Strip.
Why we're not?
Do Democrats retain control of the Senate after the midterm elections?
No.
Do Republicans maintain control of the House after the midterm elections?
I think so.
And will Obama be impeached? Remember, impeached doesn't mean kicked out of office. It just means they bring charges against him.
No.
Okay. All right. Now we're all caught up. All right. Strip, you'll answer this one first. Will Hillary Clinton officially announce she is running for president during 2014 for the 2016 election? Will she officially throw her name in the ring?
No.
All right. Des?
Yes.
God
Susan?
help us. Yes, she has to.
All right. I agree that she will as well. And Paul?
I say no with a caveat. Her husband will announce it.
Wow.
Ooh,
All right,
that's true.
Well, hold on.
That's
Will,
true.
will her name officially be announced as running for president? Will she officially be a candidate, Paul?
Thanks to Bill. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think her name will definitely be thrown in there.
She will she'll play it off.
Right.
She'll play it off because Bill will do it for her.
All right, here we go. This is where it gets fun, and this is where Des is going to look at us like a ghost in the headlights. Des, if you want to pass, you can. But you're going to answer first. Name a Democrat.
Wait, why am I answering first?
Because we're taking turns
Why doesn't
answering
Susan
first,
answer
and it
first?
happens to
'Cause
be
I
your
just
turn.
answered.
Des, stop arguing.
Right
This is
before
why you're
Caleb.
single.
That
Oh,
would
you did
be
ask first.
Susan.
No, you did. Susan,
What?
you're going to answer first. Name a Democrat who will announce their intent to run for president during 2014. Any Democrat that you think is going to formally announce their intention to run for president.
Democrats and Republicans. Shouldn't you just say
Yes,
a
because
politician?
that's the question.
Well, yeah, because I know the next question is going to be name a
Yes.
Republican. Correct?
And Republicans are going to be easy.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Hey, stop. We spent a lot of time coming
Yeah,
up with these.
me.
I added about a quarter of them.
You added like two.
You lie.
Susan,
You liar.
name any Democrat you think is going to run for president.
Man, I'm having a hard time with that.
I know there really is a shortage of Democratic names that are.
That is an incredibly short list.
It is a very short list.
God.
It's got a couple of real easy
honestly,
ones.
right now, I can't think of anybody yet.
Joe Biden would be one.
Yet. No, he's too old. No, he can't do it.
Yeah, that's what John McCain said.
Yeah, he was right too.
Who's
No,
next,
I don't-
Kevin?
You don't have anybody?
Okay, Susan. Just put down under Susan's incapable of answering question.
Oh,
We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll come back.
Love you too, Susan.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yep, see the smoke.
I honestly believe that you will hear the name Patty Murray.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be serious.
No, I think that she'll announce it because she's been very active in the budget talks, and she's a female, and the Democratic Party doesn't have anybody else who's out there.
And she doesn't have a place called Benghazi hanging over her head.
And she doesn't have anything scandalous to throw over her head.
I mean, literally nothing.
Yeah, Paul, name a Democrat. I don't think she's a viable candidate. I'm not saying she's going to win it.
I was just saying that the scandalous things. I think there's some stuff out there that's kind of been hush hush. I've heard about.
Well, she's a lousy human being. Paul,
Yeah.
The Reverend Al Sharpton.
You think?
Reverend Al. Oh yeah, he loves the spotlight.
all right.
He can't not run.
Strip. Name a Democrat.
I don't even know is that guy down in Texas.
Rick Perry.
Rick Perry. Yeah, say Rick
He's
Perry.
a Republican.
No,
dude.
No, there was a different guy. It wasn't Rick Perry.
I know who he's talking about. I just
Oh,
can't think
you're
of his
talking about
name.
Katie? He's so quiet.
No,
I don't know.
I can't think.
Richardson, Bill Richardson, out of New Mexico.
No, he's got this big ass following down there.
Are you thinking of Cruz?
Ted Cruz?
He's Canadian.
He's not Canadian.
By the way,
I'm literally
he's
sitting here
Cuban.
trying to look
If
him
we
up.
elect Ted Cruz, I'm so going to war with Canada.
Well, I was just thinking I learned how to say yay.
But he's also a Republican.
I will
Rose
turn
here.
Canadian if Al Sharpton gets in there. I guarantee you.
Strip. Look it up. We'll come back to you. Dez, do you have a name?
Joe Biden.
Trojo, get in here so we can get you caught up. Joe Biden. Trojo,
Yeah.
get in here. Hurry.
I'm gonna go with him.
All right.
I could just see that happening.
And then Susan, did you have a name yet?
If you're going by a name that gets out there, even if they don't think it's going to work, then it might be Patty Murray. It's not going to work. It
All
won't
right.
work.
Yeah, I'm not saying who's going to win it because it's still too early to tell that, but it's...
Can I just say
Now,
this?
I thought you were saying it's a Democrat that might have a chance of actually making it, and I don't think she does.
Judging by the look on Tro's face, I think the Cowboys lost. Is that a correct assumption?
Nice of you to be here on time, jerk
Well,
wagon.
cheer him up. Tell him the Seahawks won.
Hey, Seattle
Final
won.
score, Philadelphia 24, Dallas 22.
Ooh, sounds like it was a good game.
Turn his microphone on.
Oh, he does that to the black.
All right.
I don't get it.
And,
I don't. Hold on, I don't do that to the black man. I'm busy doing other stuff.
I know.
And I can't actually see him.
Trojo, to catch you up, name a Democrat.
Don't go through them all over
No,
again.
on this question. Name a Democrat who will announce their intent to run for president during 2014.
A Democrat?
Yeah.
Like I know the Democratic Party.
Come on.
Now tell him it's intent, not necessarily.
Yeah, intent, not a
get it.
really, not a chance at winning, but an intent.
A Democrat. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, sure. Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
See?
Sure. Why not? Mitt Romney. Is he a Democrat?
No.
Him and his car elevator will never be heard from again.
I got a binder
All right,
full of women.
Trojo, you get to answer first just because it's your turn. Name a Republican who will announce their intent to run for president during 2014. Any Republican.
Any Republican.
Yeah.
I think you just might hear from what's the woman from Alaska again?
Sarah Palin?
You think Sarah Palin?
I think you might hear from her again.
I think that's an educated guess.
By the way, Huckabee is off the radar. He's already announced, so you cannot pick him at this point. He's already announced.
Yeah,
Susan?
yeah. Sex with him must suck for his wife because that was pretty premature.
Yeah. Susan?
Uh-huh.
Who do you think is a Republican?
Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice, Susan.
Yeah. By the way, Strip, we're going to skip the
I
break.
think they can't wait to put his name up there.
All right. I'm going to go with Chris Christie.
What?
Yeah, totally. That's what I'm going with, too, Chris Christie.
Why?
Because I think he's a shoo-in as a front runner.
Yeah, I think he is, too, even though he's a portly little slob.
Well, he had the gastric bypass surgery. He's losing weight.
Strip? Republican.
Yeah, actually, I was going to take Christie too.
Yeah, he's fiery. He's fiery. He's got some skeletons in his closet, though. There's no doubt about it. So does John McCain. Yeah, but those were all in Vietnam.
Yeah, John McCain will be a skeleton here.
The only thing John McCain is running for is president of the Waffle House. Des, Republican.
Marco Rubio. Is that how you say his last name?
Yes, it is. Very good choice, Des. Very good choice. You looked it up, didn't you?
I looked up potential.
See? I'm like, she said that with too much confidence. She has no clue who that guy is.
Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
actually looked them all up and everything.
Don't read his
I looked
Wikipedia
several-
page.
I'm not.
All right.
Never
I'm
need to
reading
look
from the
them up.
U.S.
Never, ever,
Conservative.
ever. Not with these guys.
All right, so we're back to me. We're back to me being first. Here we go.
Wait. You need to send me these questions even if we're not doing break. You still need to send them to me.
I will send them to you. It's just going to take time. I have to copy and paste. I can't do it while we're doing the show.
Yeah, they're
we're
on a
trying to do a show
spreadsheet,
here.
Des.
It'll take me some time.
That's why I told you need to.
So we'll post them later.
Try keeping up.
Okay.
Try keeping up.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in a
Jojo,
bad.
you were late. You can shut the hell up.
I'm in a good. I'm in a good bad mood. Damn it.
I don't care. You were late. You don't got any right
Now-
to tell me anything.
Hey, can I
You're
just?
a woman. You just don't have any rights.
By the way,
Yeah.
this is great. Oh my God, a black man telling a woman that they don't have any rights.
Hey, that reminds
White woman.
Cow!
Hey, that reminds me of that Christmas song.
Hey, Troy, you
From
wanna take
the
your jacket
black
off?
man
what-
to
oh,
the
yeah.
little girl. Do what the hell I say.
Do the hell what I say.
Okay,
All right.
go ahead.
Here we go. I'll answer first on this one. Will immigration reform be passed by the end of 2014?
It's a good question.
No. These are the biggest bunch of do-nothings I've met in my life. Paul?
Actually, I think that there is a good shot that immigration reform may be passed because I think that coming into the election, Republicans are going to want to make headway with that class of voters. So I think that there is a shot something will happen.
Okay. Strip?
I was just going to say, it may pass, but it's going to get stonewalled. So either way, no. It'll
all
get
right.
caught up in court and won't officially be.
It could know that
It won't be signed by the president?
Yeah.
All right. Dez?
I agree with Paul.
All right. Trojo?
I'd say no.
And Susan?
I agree with Paul.
Susan, are those
No.
chihuahuas?
No, it's a Pomeranian.
Oh, worse than a chihuahua.
Otherwise known as the
No,
white football.
Chihuahua's the worst.
Paul?
It's all mailman.
I love this question. I'm so glad I came up with it.
You didn't come up with it, did you?
I did. I did.
Okay.
I put a lot of research in this today while I was freezing my ass off in the fireworks stand. By the way, these
You don't have a
these
heater in that thing yet?
this prediction show is brought to you by Squaw Valley Fireworks.
Thought you
Open
couldn't-
through New Year's Eve. Your chance to get stuff to blow up on New Year's Eve.
I thought you couldn't call it Squaw Valley anymore.
No, the license cannot say Squaw Valley, but we can do business as
That's
whatever
right,
we
that's right.
want.
Listen, you need to make up a big thing, for us to post on Facebook and let it go viral and send it out to everybody here locally. It's your best form of advertising, and it's free.
I did do a post on my page. That you
I
guys
did
could
not
share.
see it. You need to
All right.
post it and tag
As of
everybody.
today, Paul,
Yes, sir.
18 states allow gay marriage.
Yes, sir.
At the end of 2014, how many states will allow gay marriage?
Great question, Kevin. The answer is 17.
Really?
No.
You going backwards?
We'll go backwards.
3! I give it a 3! All right, how many?
No, that's a strip answer right there. I'm going to say 17 or 20. I'm going to say 20.
You're going to say 20?
I'm going to say 20.
Strip? 18 today, how many?
I don't know. How many have it pending already?
18 are passed.
Well, no,
That's
no,
including
but
the ones
how
that are
many
pending.
How many states are already working?
I don't know.
I don't know. None that are announced for ballots that I'm aware of.
Yeah, you won't know that until April or May.
Yeah, I won't probably see them coming from out of the.
And the other question is, some of these aren't even going
The
before
South.
ballots. Some of these courts, like Utah, the court just flat struck it down.
Yep.
It wasn't. It didn't even go to a ballot because the ballot
struck down gay marriage, but said it's okay for a man to marry more than one woman. I don't understand Mormons.
In Utah,
hold on.
in Utah, they had a vote that banned gay marriage, and then the Utah Supreme Court came back and said, "Yeah, that whole initiative to ban gay marriage is unconstitutional. You can't have it," and they threw it out.
Can
so
I say
some of
this?
this may not even go before a vote of the people. It'll be the courts just plain striking it down.
Susan, I do not mean to step on your toes here or anybody else is in the room who's about to say something, but can I just say this? I firmly believe, having spent 2 weeks in Utah, that Utah is a state wholly run and operated by perverted old white men. I do. I seriously do.
No, I've been there.
I truly,
Yeah,
I honestly
completely,
believe
totally
that.
believe that. Yeah,
I honestly
been there.
After 2
believe
weeks?
that. Huh?
After 2 weeks?
Yes. I went to the mall there, Susan, and I've never seen so many teenage girls pushing baby carriages, usually more than one, and
Honestly,
they always
you've never been to the South.
and they've yeah, but they had a lot of older, and when I say older, I don't mean 3, 4, or 5 years older. I mean 10, 15 years
I'm
older.
moving to Utah, baby. Yeah.
Well, Utah's listen, Kevin,
means
if
you
you
gotta
can't
become
get
Mormon
laid in
too.
Utah, there may not be hope. Okay, go ahead. I'm
All right.
sorry. I
So
went
what
off
you're
the
saying,
topic.
I already qualify for Utah since I'm 15 years
No,
old.
you're
and
black.
I'm
No,
a
you're
girl.
black. You're
This is
disqualified. You're not even allowed to be a citizen.
Oh,
I'm serious,
God.
man. Utah. When I say old white men, I think they are just they are warped down. Yes, go ahead.
I had a vision of me shoving this mic up your ass and listen to
What
you
the-
talk shit just then.
What's it?
I'm sorry.
I'm defending you.
Yes,
Wow.
you are. Yes, you are.
God.
All right. Strip, how many states?
You violent bastard.
Hey, man, I got an announcement to make later on. Of course,
I'll say 20.
You'll say 20 as well. Des,
Is this how many states next year will be?
how many states at the end of 2014 will allow gay marriage?
How many is there now? You said 17?
Right now is 18.
Oh, 18?
19. No, 19.
By the way,
23.
that
23.
Michael
that
Jordan,
is
huh?
That is
She
a
thinks-
crappy question.
How is it a crappy question?
Well, you could have been like, do you think
Gay conversation.
No. I
like,
wanted to. I wanted to really
arrange or-
separate out the men from the boys here, or the
Yeah.
girls from the broads. Trojo,
I say none. I don't think any of them will pass.
Okay, so you
So
think
you
it'll
think
stay
it'll stay at
17?
18?
I think it'll stay at 18.
Okay.
Okay, Susan,
25.
25. I'm going 24.
See, I think a lot of the states that are going to pass it easily have already done it.
All right, this is a yes or no only question.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into the ruling if they do. Strip. By the end of 14, will the Supreme Court rule on the NSA spying issue? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. They're gonna have to.
And the other part of this is now, if they rule, will they allow NSA to spy or no?
Spy on
Americans? Remember the whole NSA collecting
Yes,
records, all
but-
of that.
But they're spying on more than just American. If you're saying on just American citizens for no reason,
Will they allow the NSA to spy on American citizens without a warrant?
no.
No.
I think they will uphold that portion of the Constitution.
So they will overturn that.
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't mean the NSA won't do it, but
Exactly.
All
And
right.
you're talking about like they're doing now, right?
Right. Collecting phone records without a warrant, all of that information.
Metadata.
Okay.
Metadata, yeah.
You know
Des.
why?
What?
You know why they're going to act on it?
Why?
Because this is going to be a huge Republican touchstone at the elections. They're going to use this to say, "See what we did for you, American people."
Well, the Republicans should shut their mouths about it, and not use it as an issue in the election.
Might be the smartest thing they ever did if they could just distance themselves from it.
But I think Susan has a point.
Des, do you think the U.S. Supreme Court will rule on the NSA issue before the end of the year?
No.
Okay, then the other part of that question is
But
moot.
doesn't NSA mean National Safety Associates?
Trojo, will they rule on it?
I say no, but it's one of those no with an asterisk. They may, you know what? I'm gonna change and I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. They'll rule on it, but will they continue? Will they continue to allow the spying to happen? Yes. Yes.
So they'll uphold it. Okay.
Yeah, they'll uphold it. Yeah.
Susan, will they rule?
No, it's going to be a lot of talking about it. The Republicans are going to be behind it and all this, but no, nothing will get done.
Yeah, I'm going to say no, that they're not going to rule on it either. I think they're just going to push it off. Paul?
They won't rule on it. They don't have enough time to get it on the docket.
Okay, fair enough. Here's the next one. This one's for Des first. Des, will the U.S. Supreme Court rule on campaign finance reform?
That's how much money you
in
can spend
2013
on a for somebody running for
and
office.
Citizens United, which has been being hotly debated for a long time, is considered part of that whole issue as well. Des,
It's the best damn Supreme Court ruling we've ever had. Citizens United.
Don Manning.
I didn't say Don's name.
I know he's a big opponent
Okay,
of that, though.
repeat the question real quick. I got.
Will the Supreme Court rule on campaign finance reform before the end of 2014?
Yes.
And what will they rule? Will they overturn Citizens United, or will they leave it? Will they overturn the system or leave it in place?
Probably leave it in place.
Okay, Tro,
Nah,
will they rule?
Nah, I don't think so.
Susan, will they rule?
Nope, I don't think so.
I think they will rule, and I agree
Political hot
with Desi.
potato.
I disagree with Desi. I think they're going to overturn the whole thing. I think they're going to say the corporations don't have a stake in this whole hot potato thing, that or they're not a people. Paul, will they rule?
No. Nope.
And Strip, will they rule?
Oh. I'd like to say that they would, but
Yeah.
I don't think that they are. Not this year.
You don't think that rule? Okay.
It's tough to say, you know. Like I said, I'd like to see that they would, and I agree with you on the fact I think they would overturn it, but I don't think they're going to.
Okay, here we go. Do we default the debt ceiling in late February or early March? Trojo.
Do we what?
Do we default on the debt ceiling? We got the budget figured out, but the debt ceiling has not been addressed. Do we default it?
For a moment, I thought you said on the Dead Sea. I'm like, what the hell is going on with
Dead
the Dead
Sea.
Sea? Yeah,
The Dead Sea.
Yeah, the debt
debt ceiling.
Yeah, the depth ceiling.
Do we
Got
default on it?
With the way this government's been in, I'd say yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right,
I think
Susan.
so.
No, we won't, simply because neither side can afford the public hit it'll take.
I agree. We're not going to default the debt
They
ceiling.
haven't
Paul?
carried all this time. Why?
People got really pissed
Will
last
we
time.
default the debt ceiling in late, early February? No, I don't think so.
All right, Strip.
Not a chance. I would screw over too many Americans.
Dez.
No.
I'm the lone standout again.
One of these things is not like the other. Susan.
Just look around the room, man.
As of the end of November, which is the last time they reported the numbers, unemployment was at 7%. We haven't seen 6.5% unemployment since October of 2008. Will we be at or below 6.5% unemployment by the end of 2014?
I think so.
I agree.
I think so.
Paul?
Not a chance.
Strip?
Yeah, not a chance in hell.
Dez?
No.
And Trojo?
Yeah, that'll be a negative, Ghost Rider.
All right, here's another open-ended question, and I got to answer first. Where will U.S. troops be deployed in military action in 2014? We could have multiple correct answers, by the way, depending upon how many times we have to send our troops anywhere. It can be a country, it can be a region, it can be just has to be specific in its situation. So I'm thinking that let me think here. Hate the fact that I'm first.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah, why don't you go first, Strip?
Africa.
You want to give me a specific area of Africa?
Yeah, he said country.
Well,
not
he can give me a
continent.
region.
He said a
but-
region.
He can give me a region, but Africa is kind of like a continent, dude.
So is the U.S.
Like you
We're
could
on
say
North America.
You could say Asia, and it would be like North Africa, Central. Like what are you thinking?
South Africa.
South Africa.
South Africa?
That's the one area. What are you thinking?
Mandela's dead. Land of
Hold on,
Marines.
I want to help you with this because I want to. I don't want you to lose just on pure stupidity. What are you thinking?
No, I'm just throwing something out there for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely threw that out there.
I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and answer first. I believe that we're looking at I'm gonna say the Somalia area, Kenya, in that block of Central Africa, where we saw the terrorist actions at. So I think it's likely we could get involved in Somalia again because of the terrorism angle, plus the fact that a lot of people believe that Al Qaeda really is setting up bases down there to train because they've run out of other places. So I'm just going to say Central Africa. Paul?
I honestly think it could be somewhere in the South China Sea. As a region, yep.
So you like Korea, that area there, somewhere around there?
Korea, the issue that's going on in the islands with Japan and China. Singapore.
Somewhere down there, okay.
Yeah, you are just saying, I mean, if the Navy deploys out there is in that region, is that
If we're sending troops in for some kind of battle, some kind of military action.
Policing.
Yeah, some kind of not necessarily a war, but some kind of military action where we're putting boots on the ground for something.
Well, but if we send boats out there.
I wouldn't count sending boats out there.
Like we did
you know.
with North Korea. We sent the carriers.
I wouldn't count
like
that. That's not really a military action. That's just sending boats somewhere to show force.
That's a military action.
Yeah, that's
us
just to show
moving
force.
Still.
Look, that's like me going to a bar with a girl. It doesn't mean I'm not going to split and make my friends deal with her. Okay? Okay?
He brought it up.
That's not a K-Dog action, okay? So, no, it means that we're making our military deal with something. And you're up next, Trip.
Don't say Gorst.
Gorst! Gorst! We're going into Belfair! Hide your goats.
Wow. Middle East somewhere.
Middle East? All right.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're done over there yet.
Dez?
I agree. It's going to be the Middle East or Northern Africa.
Nice try, Charlie Brown.
Trojo?
Are you having fun?
I'm actually thinking Iran.
Dez, you got to pick one. Middle East or Northern Africa?
Why can't I pick two?
You can only pick one.
Didn't you state earlier?
We don't get multiple choice here.
You stated earlier it could be more than one.
There can be more than one correct answer, but we all have to pick one.
Okay, fine. I'll stick with Middle East.
Middle East, okay. Trojo?
I'm just going to flat out go ahead and say Iran. With everything that's been going on, Iran.
Okay.
They'll rear their ugly heads again.
Okay. Susan?
Korea, Central Africa, and Pakistan.
Oh, that's half the world.
Wow. That's three. That's three. You got to pick one, sweetheart.
Sadly, yes. Yes, you're right.
You got to pick one.
She's like, nope, all three. I drew a line right through them.
I'd have to say...
Go ahead, pick the North Pole.
Say.
They're going after Santa.
I think it'll probably be the Koreas.
All right, fair enough.
We're going to be in some kind of a mess over there.
All right, Paul, here we go. Now, these are the questions I hate asking. Paul, will Al-Qaeda hit U.S. soil with a terrorist attack in 2014?
Wait till they get a load of me.
No.
Strip?
No. Nah.
Dez?
No.
Tro?
Man, I would hate to think not. I'm going to say no.
Susan?
Can I say I think they'll try but not succeed?
Yeah, this would be a successful act. So you don't think they'll have a successful attack?
Not a successful one, but I think they'll try.
And let me just say, K-Dog, have you answered this yet?
No, I'm going to say no as well.
I was going to say, if you say yes, someone's going to be knocking on your door.
Well, the next one is, we'll start with Strip. Do you think homegrown terrorists will hit American soil with a terrorist attack in 2014? So this would be something along the lines of what we saw at the
Boston.
At the Boston Marathon bombings.
Yeah, but does a guy walking into a school count as terrorism?
No,
that's a homegrown terrorist.
No, I don't really think so. Listen, I wouldn't
are you talking specifically bombings? I mean,
I'm talking a terrorist attack. I'm talking.
Well, I mean, a terrorist attack.
Some idiot with a gun that walks into a school is not a terrorist attack.
Stop debating it. He said no.
Those were politically motivated.
But no. But I'm saying, okay, Taliban comes here. They have a high-powered rifle. They shoot 50 people at a mall. Is that a terrorist attack?
If he's Taliban.
If it's politically motivated, it's a terrorist attack.
So, but if
he screams...
Okay, example. There was that kid that...
the one that just shot the other kids in the class?
Yeah, whatever.
Adam lands in Newtown, Connecticut?
Right. Yeah,
was not politically motivated.
But he had very strong political...
But was not politically motivated. The news did not call him a terrorist. We'll debate it when we get there next year if something happens. We'll debate it.
I'll say yes.
Okay.
Fudgesicles, that took long.
And
enough.
the FBI, if you'd like to know where Strip lives. Dez?
Wow.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tro?
I'm going to say yes. There's always seems to be some homegrown idiot around here. So.
All right. Susan?
Sadly, yes.
I'm going to say no. I think that the FBI will be on their toes after Boston, so I don't think so. Paul?
Exactly. Exactly.
Actually, strangely enough, I'm going to agree with Kevin. No.
All right.
That is strange. Considering the fact that if it's somebody that's homegrown, they're right up under your nose. You really don't even know that they're doing it.
All right. Strip, take break after these next three questions, just so we have a logical break before break. All right. Dez.
Yeah.
Will the Obama administration admit any truths about Benghazi? Now, again,
No.
will they basically come out in 2014 and say, okay, wait a minute, we got to come clean about, and basically take a 180 on anything about Benghazi?
No, I don't think they will at all.
Tro?
No.
Susan?
Political suicide? No.
I think they will on something. I don't know what, but I think they're going to complain about something with Benghazi. Paul?
Nobody has that much integrity.
Susan is correct. No.
I think they will, just to save Hillary Clinton so she can be elected. Strip?
Did you say the government will come clean on something?
Well, the White House.
Oh, will the White House?
Will the White House
no,
come clean
no.
at some level about something about...
No, I think somebody else might.
Okay.
I think they might get a leak, but...
All right. Trojo, will Obama's approval rating top 45% at any point during 2014? Will it get higher than 45% any time during 2014?
I would say no.
No?
I'm going to say no.
Susan?
Yes.
I'll go with yes as well.
Because of the
Paul?
stuff we're talking about tonight, yes.
I don't think so.
Strip?
I think he's done as a president.
So you say no?
Yeah.
Des?
Wait, what was the question?
Will Obama's approval rating top 45%
No.
at any time in 14?
No.
That's the car wreck of his presidency.
pretty much.
Susan, you have the last one before break. Will Congress's approval rating top 30% anytime during 2014?
No.
I agree. Paul?
No.
No.
That would require them doing something.
Strip?
They are adverse to this.
Will Congress's approval rating top 30%? Anytime during 14?
No.
I think it would only get there if they all quit. Des?
No.
And Trojo?
Yeah, no.
All right, so that wraps up all of our political questions. Susan, can you stay on with us while we hit the top of the hour?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll take our top of the hour break. We come out of the top of the hour break. We'll get into our sports. We got some pop culture ones. We have some world questions, which we'll do next. And then my favorites are the show questions, which include my favorite question of the night, which is which one of the hosts on this network, which one of the people associated on this network is most likely to spend a night in jail? Okay. So we will do all of this in a moment. Stick around. Strip, let's go ahead and go to break. We'll go ahead and we'll take the break. Top of the hour news is next. What is it? We'll take a break in a minute.
Wrong one.
What is that, Christmas Story?
Wrong one.
It's the Outlaw Radio Network's final show before the
Thought it was just supposed to be a beep. You know, like you're beeping somebody when
I
they go to
guess
say
so. I don't know
something?
what you were playing.
Apparently not.
Paula's having too much fun with the
Riding in my
soundboard
car,
he found.
beep, beep.
Have you heard that commercial too? I hate that
dude.
commercial.
I hate
If I
that
find the guy
commercial.
that did that, I'm going to throttle him in the face. Stick around. Outlaw Radio Network's prediction show. We're joined with Susan from the Raw Nerve. You catch it every Sunday here on the network from 5 to 7. Trojo in studio, St. Paul, the voice of reason.
K-Dog Lose Cannon.
Strip and Desi as well. We're back after this on EdgeMediaSource.com.
Get outlawed.
NPR News in Washington, I'm Jim Hawk. Russian officials say at least 15 people were killed by a suicide bomber at a busy railway station in the south of the country. As NPR's Corey Flintoff reports from Moscow, the attack highlights security concerns as Russia prepares to host the Winter Olympics.
The bomber struck in a crowd near a security checkpoint at the entrance to the train station in Volgograd, a city of about 1 million people in southern Russia. Unconfirmed reports say the bomber may have been a woman. If so, the attack would fit a pattern associated with radical Islamist groups from the nearby region of Dagestan. Islamist militants have threatened to attack the Winter Olympics in Sochi, about 400 miles from Volgograd. The International Olympic Committee says it's confident that Russia will be able to provide adequate security for the Games. Corey Flintoff, NPR News, Moscow.
The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee says Edward Snowden's leak of classified documents jeopardized the safety of American troops deployed around the world. Representative Mike Rogers, a Republican from Michigan, tells Fox News Sunday that Snowden shouldn't be claiming that he achieved what he set out to do.
He stole American classified documents that, because of their release, jeopardizes our troops in the field in places like Afghanistan, and has allowed nation states, Russia, China, and others, to have valuable insight in the way our intelligence services operate to collect information to keep America safe.
Another member of the House Intelligence Committee, Democrat Adam Schiff, said he thinks Snowden should have stayed in the U.S. and stood up for his beliefs. A week after an ice storm cut off power to more than 100,000 residents of Maine, another big storm is dropping heavy, wet snow on parts of northern New England. Maine Public Radio's Susan Sharon reports.
In Maine and Vermont, some storm-weary residents are still in the dark after ice-laden tree branches brought down power lines. And now a winter storm could complicate matters. Parts of Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont could get 6 to 10 inches of snow. Chris Kimball is with the National Weather Service.
It's going to move through really quick, so it'll probably end by a little after midnight.
Coastal areas could see a mixture of rain and snow, but utility officials are warning that more snow and ice could once again bring down tree limbs and cut off power in some areas. For NPR News, I'm Susan Sharon in Lewiston, Maine.
Retired Formula One champion Michael Schumacher is in critical condition after hitting his head during a skiing accident in the French Alps. A French hospital says he arrived in a coma after sustaining serious head trauma in a fall Sunday. Schumacher underwent immediate brain surgery. He's a 7-time F1 champion driver. Longtime IndyCar owner Andy Granatelli has died at the age of 90. The former head of the STP Motor Oil Company sponsored cars that won the Indy 500 in 1969 and 1973. This is NPR. Outgoing New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg delivered his last weekly radio address today. He was first elected to the post in 2001 and served 3 consecutive terms. Bloomberg says even unpopular decisions were made with the city's best interests in mind.
Those decisions were sometimes controversial, whether it was adopting a smoking ban or implementing education reforms or standing up for religious freedom in Lower Manhattan. But our determination to do right by New Yorkers allowed us to accomplish things that few people thought possible.
The billionaire says he'll return to the private sector. He's due to attend the inauguration of his successor, Bill de Blasio, on New Year's Day. TransCanada, the company behind the controversial Keystone XL oil pipeline, is expecting a decision from the Obama administration in the coming months on whether the project gets a green light. NPR's Jeff Brady reports TransCanada's chief executive says he's optimistic.
The Keystone XL would transport oil from Alberta's tar sands down to refineries on the U.S. Gulf Coast. Environmentalists oppose the pipeline in part because producing tar sands oil emits more pollution than traditional oil drilling. Still, TransCanada President and CEO Russ Girling told Bloomberg News recently that he thinks the Obama administration will approve the project.
The U.S. imports some 8 to 9 million barrels a day of oil. The safest way to get that oil to the United States is through a pipeline, and the best and most friendly place to get that on Earth for the United States is Canada.
Girling also says he expects a U.S. State Department environmental report on the pipeline will be released in coming weeks. Jeff Brady, NPR News.
I'm Jim Hawk, NPR News in Washington.
Support for NPR comes.
Hey, sports fans, have you ever wished there was a live and local all-sports broadcasting network, but wish no more? It's ISPNsports.com. Kitsap's only live and local all-sports 24-hour broadcasting network, featuring the Kitsap Blue Jackets, Olympic College Rangers, high school athletics, and the ISPN Sports Show every Saturday morning from 10 to noon with interviews from exclusive guests from around the Sound. So, you want sports? Go to ISPNsports.com.
The Legacy Group in Silverdale is a well-respected independent mortgage banker, absolutely committed to helping Kitsap County families on their path to home ownership. As an employee-owned company, the Legacy Group has a strong stake in your success, and they want to be your lifetime partner in helping you develop a strong real estate portfolio. Call the Legacy Group in Silverdale today at 698-6440 and find out how they can help you get started on the road to home ownership. 698-6440 for the Legacy Group, a lending experience that's a little different and a lot smarter.
Judy's Sewing in East Bremerton is your one-stop shop for all your sewing, alteration, and clothing repair needs. At Judy's Sewing, you can also find tuxedo rentals and bridal party dresses for only $69 and bride's dresses starting at $189. Judy's Sewing at the corner of Fairgrounds Road and Central Valley in East Bremerton, near Handy Andy's, or call Judy at 360-662-1212. That's right, 360-662-1212 for Judy Sewing.
Hey, St. Paul, the voice of reason here. Wanted to send a quick shout out to our friends at Pacific Northwest Artisans. They're a custom concrete and design fabrication company. They can do all of your concrete needs. They can do pathways, walkways, driveways, you name it. You need a new foundation, you're going to do an add-on, give them a call, 731-9812 or 649-0987. Again, that's 731-9812 or 649-0987. Pacific Northwest Artisans, all of your concrete needs.
As Kitsap County's largest maintenance provider, Team Innovative in Paulsbo provides commercial and residential maintenance to hundreds of millions of dollars of local real estate. With services including parking lot maintenance and street cleaning to landscape and design, Team Innovative is committed to using a green approach and following a strong environmental conscience. Team Innovative Services, 697-6858, or visit them online at getinnovative.net. Team Innovative Services, get serious, get innovative.
Every time our country stands in the path of danger, an instinct seems to summon her finest first.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
It's always the patriots who first hit
Hey, your mic's on.
Hey, your mic's on.
Your mic's on.
Hey, Outlaw Radio Network. By
St.
the way,
Paul,
their
the
mic's
voice
on.
of reason.
K-Dog, the loose cannon. Jojo?
Just so you guys know, there was no mic was on.
We heard the people in
No,
there.
that was Susan's.
Oh, okay. Hi, Susan!
Susan, your mic's hot.
What?
Because
We can hear you.
That's right.
Because whenever we do this where we take break and I have to come back from commercial and everything like that, I have to transition back
Okay, then
over,
we
so-
apologize. It sounded like Des farted.
I would just like to say that we are so happy that Susan has joined us for picks this year. Susan, during break we were talking. We've established that you really have the best show on this network.
I think so.
Yeah, we think so too. All right, so here we go. It's back to the picks. Thanks for joining us. It's our annual prediction show. What's up, Sarah? You're looking good over there. Hey, if you ever decide you want to be with a guy with a full head of hair, don't call me because I don't have one either. All right, here we go.
Wow.
Wow. Now we get to our word, our world. Yes.
Real quick, I don't have a full set of hair either.
I know, that's what I said.
If he ever decided,
I said if she ever decided she wanted to get with a guy with a full head of hair, not to call me either, because
okay.
I don't have it.
All right. I didn't really hear you all that well.
Yeah, I know. I know. Your hearing's going too. Here we go.
Hey, that's not funny, man. That could really be happening.
It could be. All right, here we go. We'll get to our world section. I got to answer this one first. Now, some of these are questions that Paul gave me. So keep in mind.
Finally give me some credit over here.
Yeah. And as I ask these, people at home are going to be going, yep, these are Paul questions, all right.
Hey.
Question number one from the world section. Will the Earth be hit by an asteroid the size of a small car or larger at any time during 2014?
Why is that funny to you? We got hit by one this year.
We didn't get hit by one.
No, we
It
did.
burst
It was
over the
Russia.
sky in Russia. It did not hit. It did not impact.
That is completely incorrect.
Well, my
It
answer is going to be
impacted
no.
the ground. All right.
And you know why it's no? Because if we get hit by an asteroid, we won't be here a year from now
You know
to
what?
figure out and tally up the scores.
Hold on. He is correct. It did impact the ground.
I know I'm correct.
In very small
It doesn't
pieces.
matter. It's still impacted.
But he's asking if one the size of a car will
impact,
it.
yeah.
Not break up before it gets here.
No,
If
it
will
could still
actually
break
impact.
up, and maybe the pieces are the size of Volkswagens.
Well, that's fine. Will an asteroid or meteor the size of a car strike the Earth? Simple question.
And my answer is no.
And
Paul?
not it breaking up.
Yeah, Paul?
Actually, I think the answer will be yes.
Okay. It will be named Nibiru. Strip?
Hold on, I'm choking over here from his answer. He just said yes to that.
He said, I know why you wanted us to put the question in there so you can say yes. Strip?
That is the most absurd answer I've ever heard. What on God's green? Why would you think an asteroid is going to strike this year? Or do you just say that every year?
No.
He
Listen,
says,
first of all, we got
he did say it last time we did this too, you know.
God, you have lost your mind. What the? Seriously.
The heck,
Did you just wake up one day and you know what? I'm just going to check out all these conspiracy websites and listen to all these nutcases and Jesus, hell no. There's not going to be one that strikes.
Do you? No, I'm not gonna joke about it. Never mind. What do you say? No.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Des?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, but without mocking Paul at the same time. Jojo?
Right.
I'm gonna say yes
mock
because
you.
I don't want Paul to be out on the limb by himself.
Oh, you're so sorry. Susan?
That's a true Cowboys fan right there.
No, I will not be joining Paul and Trojo wearing the tinfoil hat.
Black man joining the crazy train.
I wonder if I wonder if CPS has visited Paul's house yet.
What?
Because I'm sure that Hunter goes to school.
The heck are you?
Tells his teachers about all the asteroids that are coming to their house. And the teachers have to call CPS and tell them that they might want to visit Paul because he might be a little wacky by now. All right, Paul.
I don't like you.
Here's another one of Paul's questions.
I don't like you.
Will we see a megaquake anywhere in the world in the next 12 months before the end of 2014? Now, a megaquake is anything larger than an 8.0 quake. So will the world see an 8.0 or larger quake anywhere before the end of 2014? Paul.
Well, yeah, you went to me first on the last one.
It's your turn. No, I went first last time, and I said no, but I didn't mock you in the process.
Defer?
You cannot defer. You were first.
Yes, I believe we will see one.
Strip?
I'll actually agree with them. I think we usually get one that size every year.
Okay. Des?
I'll say yes.
Tro?
Yeah, I say yes.
Susan?
Possibilities are endless on that one.
Sadly, yes.
I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to add to that and say you poor Haitians. All right.
Ow!
Because they're always the ones getting screwed, man. Strip.
Japan?
Nah, Fukushima's taking care of that.
First of all, you'd better pray Japan doesn't get hit by an 8.0 earthquake.
Yeah, I think Japan might be covered in the next question that Paul asked me to add to the list.
Or our fish will be glowing. Okay, go ahead.
Strip. Will the world see another tsunami before the end of 2014?
Why are all Paul's questions disasters?
That's what Paul wanted me to add.
You know what? Does a 3-foot tsunami count?
A tsunami is a tsunami.
Whatever they report as a tsunami.
Then yes. We had tsunami hit the Washington coast. I mean, it wasn't very big, but...
Des?
Wait, what was the question?
Will the world see a tsunami before the end of 2014?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, you know what a tsunami is, right?
Yes, I know what a tsunami is, jackass.
Wait. Hold on. Shh. You know that's a Japanese warrior that carries a curved blade?
Wow.
You are going to get hit in the face.
I thought a tsunami was what happened when you ate bad sushi. All right, Trojo?
Sadly, yes.
Susan?
Probably, yep.
You guys are all high. The answer is no. Paul?
No.
Me and Paul agree. Good God, I'm going to hell.
Probably, yeah.
Des!
That's strange coming from the guy who thinks a meteorite the size of a car is going to hit.
makes
But it won't cause a tsunami when it lands. Which means, wait a second.
It means it'll hit land.
Not only is he predicting that the asteroid will hit, but the world was just covered by 65 or 80 or whatever percent water.
70.
He's also predicting landfall, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, but even if it hits landfall, something that big could cause quite a significant earthquake.
Boom.
What's to say that it doesn't hit landfall?
Look, it's a guess. Jack Wagon.
Causes
Meteorite
enough
hits the
energy
land.
to cause a tsunami.
I'm going to go to Paul's final...
Tsunami. We're screwed.
I'm going to go to Paul's final disaster question. And if any of you have watched about it on the Discovery Channel, you realize this would be the end of all life on the planet. But Paul doesn't seem to think so. Des, you'll answer this first. There's a monster mega volcano.
You better break this down into small
underneath the Yellowstone National Park.
National Park volcano.
Paul's question. In 2014, will the mega volcano under the park erupt? Des, you're up. Will we all die?
No, if you keep yelling like that, I'm actually going to go completely deaf. No.
No.
Oh my God.
What's great is if we all die, none of us will be here to tell if we were right or not. Trojo?
Well, that's not true. If you believe in your religion and you're going to heaven,
I'm
or
not taking
hell,
this computer with me to heaven. Trust me.
It could be raised from the dead.
You can,
or you would just go to heaven and know that he was right. Maybe you could meet him up there and be like, oh,
He's
son
gonna
of a bitch, you
he's
were
gonna
right.
He's going to get up to the top of the pearly gates and go, God damn, it's St. Paul. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Tro?
Well,
I did not mean that.
I was actually watching the Discovery Channel the other day, and
Were
they
you?
was talking about the pressure under there is starting to build. There's probably somewhere close to maybe 400 miles worth of lava right there under Yellowstone alone. But I don't think it blows this year. And hopefully
Dude.
it doesn't blow in my lifetime.
Yeah, no doubt.
All of Yellowstone.
But my kids, screw them. All right.
All of Yellowstone blows every day. I mean, have you guys been there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just checking.
Speaking of blowing every day, how are things going with you and Sarah? Never mind. All right. Susan!
No,
Tim there.
not this year.
I'm going to say no as well because I'm unlucky, but I'm hoping I'm not that unlucky. Paul?
Well, I'm going to go completely against the grain here and say
You
that
asked the question.
when the asteroid hits, it hits Yellowstone.
Oh, God.
And no, the answer is no, not this year.
So it hits Yellowstone, causing an earthquake that causes
And then
a volcano
John
to
Cusack
erupt.
will have a plane.
But no
It can't be
tsunami.
Yellowstone because then there's no tsunami.
Yeah.
So you're saying no, Paul?
Yeah, no.
And then John Cusack will have a plane, and he'll take off, and he'll fly through Hollywood.
Only-
and the
John Cusack wasn't flying.
Who was in that plane?
He was in the plane, but he was
Okay.
the one flying.
Strip.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Hold on. Can I tell you something? If it does erupt, it'll get you out of that marriage plan.
Well, there's that.
All right, Trojo. The Chinese landed a rocket on the moon a week or so ago.
Uh-huh.
Will they land a man on the moon in 2014?
No.
No. Susan?
Why did it
I
take
think they will.
Wait, my question is, why did it take the Chinese so long to put a rocket on the moon? They're supposed to be one of the most technologically sound nations in the world.
Have you seen how short
Have
they
you
are?
seen the stuff that's made in China?
Yes, I have.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You see the toys that they send over here to the U.S.?
No,
They
no,
are
no, no, no,
garbage.
no, no, no,
A lot of
no.
lead-based paint. I'm gonna say no, but I don't think they're that far out though. Paul?
I don't think so. No.
All right, Strip
No.
and Dez.
No.
Would you ever
I
date
think
a?
they're just dying to be able to say they did.
That's right, Dez. Would you ever date a Chinese man?
No.
Okay, just
I bet you. I bet you a private company will make it all the way to outer space.
Save that. Save that
Okay.
for our predictions at the end. All right, Susan, you're going to predict this one first. And this is our last of the world categories. The Keystone Pipeline has been debated and debated and debated and debated.
The what?
The Keystone Pipeline. That's
Okay.
the oil pipeline from Canada all the way down through the U.S.
Right.
It's been debated. The Republicans want it. Democrats don't. There's arguments about ecological blah, blah, blah. Will it be approved to be built during 2014?
Bueller. Bueller.
Not in 2014.
Is this a political question or a word?
I'm going to say it will be approved. Paul?
It will be, but not in 2014.
I think it will.
2014.
I think that Obama will approve it in an attempt to garner votes for his Democrats.
Okay. Strip?
How long have they been debating this thing?
Since Bush was president.
Shit.
Bush.
Junior.
Yeah, I know.
Still a long time.
No.
Or as I like to refer to him as dumbass
Wait.
Smurf.
Who has to approve it?
Congress.
Fuck no.
There you go.
Dez?
No.
You don't even know what a pipeline is. Well, you're a woman. You might know what a pipeline is.
Hey, Dez, if you need some lessons, we can go back to my house later and lay some pipe. Trojo.
I'm going to say no.
No.
The visual.
All right, that concludes the world. Let's get into sports. Susan's favorite category.
That'd be like watching.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta pick first. Here we go. Do the Mariners make the playoffs in 2014? Playoffs? They did just sign Robinson Cano. They got a couple other guys. Will they make? And they're supposed to be in the running for this stud pitcher coming out of Japan as well. If he gets posted, will the Mariners make the playoffs in 2014? To that, I answer, are you fucking crazy? No, Paul. No. Strip.
Have you seen the way that team plays?
Yes.
No.
No. Dez.
No.
Tro.
No.
Susan.
No.
All right. Paul, the over-under. Do the Mariners win more or less than 84.5 games next year?
More.
They
No.
win 85 or more games next year?
Just 85.
Okay.
So just, more.
You're taking the over. Strip,
Over.
85 or more or less?
For what?
Mariners, 85 wins or less?
What's 500?
82. I'm sorry, 81. No. There's 162 games in the season, so 81 and 81, right?
That's right.
Or is there 164 games in the season? God damn it! How do I not know that?
Okay,
I'm the worst baseball fan either.
These are your questions.
How'd they do last year?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Terrible.
Last year they were horrible, 6-6.
Yeah, but they started making a comeback there for a little while.
162 games in the season, so 500 is 81 and 81. So 81 and 81 would be 500.
I'm gonna say no then.
Okay. So you're saying the under. Dez?
Under.
Tro?
No.
Under. Susan?
Over.
I'm going to go under. All right.
Aren't you always under?
Not on the scale. Strip.
Nope.
Here's a hard one for you. What team will win the 2014 World Series?
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Knock yourself out.
You shouldn't say that. If his head touches something even remotely soft, he just might not regain
What
consciousness.
team will win the 2014 World Series, you cracker?
The fucking Yankees. That's always a good bet, right?
The Yankees.
Dez?
I have absolutely no fucking idea.
No idea?
She doesn't know baseball.
Just say
Just
the Yankees.
Pick
They're
the
always
Royals.
decent.
No,
No,
the
I'm gonna
Royals.
go with the Red Sox.
That's a good. That's actually a good pick.
Trojo?
Rangers. They finally get over it. That's my pick.
Susan?
Kansas City.
The Royals. And there never be Royals.
We know who's doing coke in Bremerton tonight. I'm going to go with the Dodgers.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah,
Because he's
Yasiel
used to being
Puig is a
dodged.
beast. Paul?
If he don't stop driving the way he's driving, he won't be in there. I'm just saying.
That's right. Paul?
It's actually a tough question. I'm going to go with the Texas Rangers.
All right. Trojo. No, Dez, you're picking first. Sorry. Who will the AFC team be in the Super Bowl in February?
Wait, what?
Who will be the AFC team in the Super Bowl
Representing the Super Bowl in February.
in February? I can tell you the 6 teams that have made the playoffs if you'd like to know.
Yeah, please do that.
Denver, New England, Cincinnati, San Diego.
Wait. Isn't this like a setup question? Because see, if you predict that this is the team that you think is going to be in the Super Bowl, isn't that the team you're thinking that's going to ride all the way through? And you got to run with that one through our Super Bowl picks?
No.
Okay.
No, because you can change your mind. This is just who you're picking now.
Oh, okay. All right.
So hold on. I'll tell you who's in it. Let me pull it up.
You stopped at San Diego.
Yeah, I'm forgetting 2 teams, and
It's San Diego,
I'm blanking.
Denver,
All right,
Indianapolis,
Here's
Kansas City.
Yeah, here's your teams: Denver, New England, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Kansas City, San Diego.
New England.
You have New England.
Yeah.
Trojo.
Until somebody can stop them, I gotta say Denver, man. Denver.
Susan.
I'll go Denver.
I'm going to go with the upset and say Cincinnati.
Wow.
Yeah, New England doesn't have any receivers, and Peyton Manning sucks in the cold. Paul.
Denver.
Strip.
What's the question?
Strip. Pay attention. What AFC team will be in the Super Bowl?
Fuck, dude. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention.
Let me give you the teams again and pay attention next time. Denver, New England, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Kansas City, San Diego.
I'll say the Niners.
That wasn't one of the choices.
Wow. Dude, I don't...
Let me give you the 6 teams again, you cracker. Denver, New England, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Kansas City, San Diego.
Can't we just pick a damn team, like, out of the whole fucking...
Those are the 6 that made it. You have to pick one of those 6. Anybody else is not going to be there.
Oh, wait. You talking about the upcoming Super Bowl?
Yes!
Fuck,
Yes!
man. Jesus. I was not paying attention at all.
Sarah, this is who you're breeding with. Okay?
Oh, God. I should have paid more attention. I'm sorry. I'm over here...
Yes. Yeah. We're going to skip this break, by the way, so just ignore
I'm
the
over
break.
here just doing whatever.
Yeah, I know you
Minding
are.
my own business.
I know you are.
Denver.
Thank you. God, it was like pulling teeth. I cannot wait until you have to answer the next question. Who is the NFC representative in the Super Bowl? Trojo?
Who is your daddy? And what does he do?
Here's your 6 teams to choose from. Seattle, Carolina, Philadelphia, not Dallas, Green Bay, San Francisco, and New Orleans.
Yet no, I'm going Carolina. I know what everybody's thinking.
You hater.
I know what everybody's thinking, but no, I'm going Carolina.
That's
they got
fine.
a damn good.
Susan?
They got a damn good defense.
They barely got past a 2-win Atlanta team.
Susan?
I think it's going to be the Hawks, and they're going to earn it, not just because I think they ought to win.
All right, I'm going with Seattle as well. Nobody will beat them at home. Paul?
Seattle.
Well, we'll see.
Strip?
Nobody will beat them at home. Didn't the Cardinals just beat the Seahawks at home?
It was
Yeah,
not,
that was
not
their
a
wake-up
playoff
call.
game. Not a playoff game. It was a wake-up call, yeah. Strip, who are you going with? You have to say it.
Seahawks.
Thank you. Dez?
Carolina.
Fucking bitch.
Thank you. I know. Now go suck your own dick.
All right, who wins the Super Bowl? Susan, you have Denver and Seattle. Who wins?
Seattle.
I have Cincinnati, Seattle. I got Seattle as well. Paul, you got Denver, Seattle?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great game, and I think I pray that Seattle will come out on the end. This really isn't a prediction so much as it is a prayer.
Strip, you have Denver, Seattle. Who wins?
Seattle.
Dez, you have Carolina, New England.
Carolina.
Troja, you have Carolina, Denver.
Yeah. Denver.
All right. Now, here we go. I got to pick first. If Seattle is to lose in the playoffs, who will beat them? And I will say, Denver will beat them if they're going to lose. The only team that can't beat them.
If Seattle lose in the playoffs,
if Seattle's going to lose in the playoffs, who will be the team that beats
They
them?
won't play Denver.
Then
That
it would be the Super Bowl.
It'd be the Super Bowl, not the playoffs.
Not the
Right,
playoffs.
and that would be the only team that will beat them in the postseason.
No, you can't answer it that way. It's got to be an NFC team.
Beat
Beat them in the playoffs.
Oh, all right. Well, if you want to do it that way, that's fine.
Super Bowl.
That's the championship game. It's not the playoffs.
I'll say Carolina then is the only team I think
You're
that could
playing
beat them.
off for a chance
Paul?
to get to the Super Bowl.
Who's the only team that could beat Seattle?
San Francisco.
Strip?
Yeah, take the Niners.
Dez?
Mm. Really?
Come on, Dez.
I don't know.
You want to pick Carolina? Because they're probably going to have to beat them at some point, right?
They're going to have to beat them at some point if they're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
I'll stick with Carolina.
Tro?
And that's the same thing I would go with, Carolina.
Susan?
Did you say I can't say Denver?
No, it has to be an NFC team.
No, then I'll see Carolina.
Thank you, Susan.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Paul, will there be an announcement by the end of the year to bring an NHL team to Seattle?
Where the hell are you getting these?
No. Strip, will there be a decision to bring an NHL team to Seattle before the end of the year?
The former hockey player. You should be able to answer this one.
He played with balls.
No, because we don't have a football or we don't have a basketball team.
So no? Okay.
No.
Dez?
No.
Tro?
I say no.
Susan?
They can't get a basketball team after all this time. They're not going to get a hockey team.
I'm going to go the exact opposite. I think they'll have a hockey team locked up before the basketball team. I'll say yes.
Yeah,
Strip.
But don't they have? Wasn't one of the requirements that they had to have the basketball team locked in?
Not necessarily. They could play in Key Arena for a year or two if they needed to.
Well, no, but I thought the requirement for the new stadiums was primarily for the basketball.
Right, but they could bring a hockey team to play at Key Arena until they get the NBA figured out. Strip.
That's a long
Will
time.
there be a plan to bring the Sonics announced officially before the end of the year? A formal announcement by the NBA to bring professional basketball back to Seattle. Yes, you're getting a team. Either we're bringing it from another city that sucks, Milwaukee, or we're giving an expansion team, Milwaukee.
Oh, there won't be an expansion team. They've made that clear. I don't think so.
No,
I don't think they're gonna let us. Not
Dez?
as long as freaking what's his nuts
No.
is.
Tro?
I'm going to say yes.
Susan?
No.
I say no as well. Paul?
No, unfortunately not.
All right. Dez, this is Trojo's favorite question. Before the end of 2014, will the Cowboys fire head coach Jason Garrett?
Yes. I don't
Tro?
know. I'm just going to say yes.
I say no because Jerry Jones is he's going to give him the man one more shot.
Before the end of next year, though. This is the end of next season.
Right. No.
So, no? Okay.
I don't
Susan?
think so.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. He's done.
Yep.
Paul?
he's toast.
What the hell?
Paul?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think he survives.
Strip?
Yeah, he'll survive.
What's that?
He'll make it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Trojo, will the Miami Heat win the NBA title again in 2014?
No. Indiana Pacers got something for the Heat's ass.
Susan?
No.
Indiana's got it in for the Heat's ass.
I'm saying yes. I think the NBA is rigged, by the way. Paul?
I believe so.
Strip?
I really don't care. So.
Yes or no?
No.
Or you could claim asteroid makes it so it never happens.
But I already said no to the asteroid.
So will they win it?
No.
And Dez?
No.
Interface complete.
Susan, you're gonna
Where
love
are
this.
you getting these from, Paul?
What?
Where are you getting these from?
It's a secret.
That's
Susan.
Yes.
In just over a week, the NCAA national title game will happen in football. Florida State will take on Auburn, the number 1 and 2 ranked teams in the nation. Who will win the game, Florida State or Auburn?
Florida State.
Okay, I will say Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Much to the chagrin of Abby Wiemet, who used to come on the show all the time.
Right.
Paul?
I think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to actually choose Auburn. I think that Auburn's a more complete team.
Strip?
Wasn't listening, sorry.
Who wins the national title game in football, Florida State or Auburn?
I'm going to skip this one.
For you, it's left nut, right nut. Pick one.
Left nut. Fill in an answer for
No,
me.
you got to pick one, dude. I can't do that for
Okay,
you.
what were they?
Florida State, Auburn.
Florida.
Dez?
You turned my sound
Auburn.
off, you ass.
Auburn, Des? Is that what you said?
Waiting to see how long
Yeah,
you
I
can
guess.
notice.
Trojo.
SEC power, man. They too tough. Auburn.
All right. I'll pick first on this one. Does Wazoo, Washington State, the Cougs, make a bowl game in 2014? As much as it pains me to say it, I think so. I think they're on their way up. Paul?
I'm going to say no.
Strip? Do the Cougs go to a bowl game?
Is there yeah.
Dez?
Wait, what was the question?
Wow.
Do the Cougs go to a bowl game?
No.
Tro?
Sure, they made a bowl game this year.
Yeah, they did.
Why not
Susan?
next year?
Yes.
Paul.
Kevin.
Does the University of Washington Huskies men's football team, as opposed to the women's football team, do they win the Pac-12 North title?
Yeah, no. I don't think so.
Strip?
No.
Dez?
No.
Tro?
I'm going to say yes.
Susan?
No.
And I'm going to say yes.
Crank.
I think they're going to win the Pac-12 North title. Oregon's going down. I think it's going to happen. All right, here we go. Pop culture. This is taking a long time, too.
No, we're right on schedule.
All right, here we go. Strip, you're answering this first. This is my favorite question we ask. I call it Celebrity Death Watch.
Okay.
Pick one celebrity you think will die during 2014. Any celebrity, as long as we've heard of him, he counts, and he can't have already died. I was going to call Paul Walker.
I was just going to
God
say that
damn it, Paul! Could you have waited a couple weeks, man? Go ahead.
Hugh Hefner. That dude is getting old.
Whoa, who? What?
Hugh Hefner.
That's like, well, long as they're Viagra, his heart is a pumping.
Dez?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
I don't know why that just like popped in my head.
Trojo?
Bob Saget?
Bob Saget.
That's some celebrity there.
Trojo?
You know what? For some reason, I'm going to go with the man that played God.
Morgan Freeman?
George Burns? He's dead.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. It's just something.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not either. But
Susan?
Clint Eastwood.
Can I change mine to William Shatner?
That probably.
You want to change yours to William Shatner, Des?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, man, he is getting old.
He is getting old.
He did have a whole conversation with the chair.
Can I do a boy and a girl?
You can just pick one.
Oh, but I'm really hoping that Will Shatner and Joan Rivers would both die.
Why would you want?
First of
Okay,
all,
I don't want them to
Joan
die,
Rivers
but I
died 3
assume
years
that
ago.
they would.
yeah, Joan Rivers has already died. There's just so much plastic in her body, she doesn't know it yet.
She wants William
She died 3
Shatner.
years
Phyllis
ago.
Dillers.
I don't want them to
Plastic
die. I
surgeons will
worded
keep her
that
going.
wrong.
She wants William Shatner to die, and we would lose all those great one-liners that he has.
All right, my pick is Anderson Cooper.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, Anderson Cooper's going to die of AIDS.
Hey,
watch.
you know what? You know what? You need to go into whatever fucking shelter Paul's got. 'Cause I think you fucking lost
What
your
about
mind
Betty
too.
White?
Now you live in
Oh, Betty White. I'm going to Betty White. Betty White.
Betty White.
Betty White. I got
Betty
Betty
White.
White.
No, Betty White. Betty
No.
White.
Paul?
Betty White's too.
Billy
creepy.
Graham.
Billy Graham, the preacher. Yeah.
Is it really dying if you have everlasting life?
I thought he did die.
I'm glad you did not shower me. Yeah, I thought Billy Graham died.
No, he's
Billy
still
Graham's
alive.
Still alive.
All right.
Which one of them
I got this.
televangelists died?
Here's the real answer. Tupac's finally gonna die.
Someone's going to turn off the hologram. Des, name a celebrity that will come out as gay in 2014.
And that's a lot to choose
Oh,
from.
shit.
'cause
That
there's
is-
a lot
that's
of-
a lot.
There's a lot
By
of
the
gay
way,
celebrities out there.
One that came out as gay is what's her name from Good Morning America? We talked about her during break earlier.
Yeah, the host Kudo.
No. The black lady that used to be on ESPN.
Oh yeah, Robin
Roberts
yeah,
came out
Robin
as
Roberts.
lesbian today, so she's off the table.
You know what's funny? You know, you earlier you were talking about gaydar.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a somebody, kind of in my family, friend, whatever. I've known he was gay for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey finally come out?
No.
Oh,
Danger Boy.
Anyways, I said something to somebody else. Was like, man, when I first met him, I was like, does he swing that way? Like, I just knew it.
You were hoping?
He did cuddle up against you in bed.
And then I saw him recently somewhere, and he had another guy with him. And I could totally tell the other guy was gay. It's terrible.
Danger Boy.
Who?
I can't tell you who.
What? Why?
He said no to Casey, but he wouldn't.
If he came out, he's out. It's out.
No, he didn't openly come out to everybody. in
Oh,
his family.
so it's just your speculation that you believe.
So you don't really know yet.
Oh no, he is.
Okay, we got to
no
move this along.
speculation.
We got to move this along. Somebody has a sore throat and has to go home at the end of the hour. Dez, who comes out as gay?
And who is that?
See, I would say Tom Daly, but Tom Daly already came out like a month ago.
Yeah, so it doesn't count.
I know.
It's in
so I have to
2014.
actually think now. So come back to me.
Okay, Trojo.
Justin Bieber.
Nah.
What are you talking about? He's already
Justin
a girl.
Bieber.
He already has a vagina.
I promise you, he's that kid is about as gay can be.
Susan.
Michael J. Fox.
He's married.
So, like, that matters. You know
So?
how many married
Yeah.
people are actually gay?
Just because he has Parkinson's doesn't mean he's going to come out gay.
God, no, I know that.
That's outstanding. I'm going to come back to mine too, Paul. I don't have
No,
one yet.
no,
Paul.
you don't get to skip. You just told her she didn't get to
Dez
skip.
just got to skip. Paul, who's yours?
I have mine.
Who's yours?
Jennifer Lopez's boyfriend, Casper Smart. He is totally going to come out that he's gay.
He's not a celebrity. She is. He doesn't count.
He
has to be a celebrity because I had no
Just because
idea
you're
who you
fucking
was
a
talking
celebrity doesn't make you famous.
Then why
Otherwise,
would
every
you
girl that
be
was
Jennifer
fucking me would
Lopez?
be famous.
Whatever. Keep grooming that, Kevin.
Okay, pick somebody else.
Okay, give me a second then.
All right, Paul.
Nick Cannon?
Ryan Seacrest.
Did you say Nick Cannon?
I was kidding.
I was about to say, hey, with the wife.
Any
that-
man with that much fashion sense?
Look, with the wife he married, I hope and pray he's not
Strip?
gay.
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris.
He's already gay.
Oh, everybody knows he's gay.
Come on, guys.
We all
Come
know
on.
Doogie Howser plays ball for the other
guy.
team.
Come on. Skip me for a second.
All right, who was the mom on Married with Children? Siegel? Siegel?
Yeah, Katie
She's already come
Katie
out.
Siegel.
She already came out?
Yes.
Yeah, a while ago.
Did she?
All right.
It's a lot of celebrities. See,
Man,
this
'cause
is
she makes
a,
out with some guys.
This is a wide open question here.
You guys seen Sons of Anarchy?
Yes.
Clint Eastwood right before he dies. No, I'm kidding.
All right, that's messed up.
Oh, men around America would die on the spot.
I'm going to go with Vin Diesel.
No.
He's already said that he's bisexual.
Yeah, he said that years ago.
Yeah.
What do you study the
No,
gay
no, no,
rags
no,
when
no.
you're at
I thought-
home?
No, but everybody knows that.
Yeah, he
Hold
said
on,
that
hold
years ago.
Everybody knows that. I don't think everybody
just
knows
fucking
that.
stupid.
No, but Vin
I knew
Diesel,
that.
Vin Diesel said that years ago.
I love
Right?
Des. She's just like, you're just fucking stupid. She said to me, that's awesome.
If I knew that, you should know that.
The Rock.
Vin
just-
Diesel swings both ways.
He
That would make
lays
you
on
happy.
hospital, man. God.
Oh God, it would just crush Harmony to death if The Rock came out and said he was gay.
Be terrible.
Jesus. Oh, your house would just be in an uproar.
No, then Harmony would want an open marriage. She'd be like, Paul, we can share him.
But he's gay. He doesn't share.
Matthew McConaughey.
You want to change yours?
Matthew McConaughey. That's a good one. That's impossible.
Oh, I got Ryan Gosling.
No. No.
She's over there going,
No.
no, that's not possible.
All right.
All right. Do you have yours yet, Des or Strip? Either
Category
one
is
of you?
taking a little too long.
Strip, who's yours?
Oh, shit.
Channing? Go ahead and say Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum.
telling
Let's
you
get all these
something.
babe magnets
I'm
off the
telling you
market.
something
I don't
wrong
need the
with that guy.
competition.
After his scene at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
This is
Tom
the end.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Tom Hardy?
Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Who the hell is that?
Who's Tom Hardy?
He's from Inception or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Inception.
Des, do you have one?
Okay.
Chase Crawford.
Who's that?
He's an actor.
There had to be somebody we've
Can
all
I-
heard of. What the hell is he in?
He's
Can
in
I-
a
I'm gonna
lot
check-
of stuff.
Gang.
Look him up.
I want to
He's
change
in a lot
mine.
of things.
I want to change
Who do
mine.
you want to change yours to?
Miley Cyrus.
That's not really a
No,
stretch.
because she said that she's bi.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she
Yes,
has.
she's-
No,
Yes,
she
she has.
didn't.
Yes, she
Pull
has.
that up. I wanna see
Okay,
the
I will
quote.
pull it up.
I'm
Pull
leaving
that
you
up. I
with
wanna
Ryan
see the
Seacrest
quote.
for now then. All right, Trojo.
Because that's totally going to change Kevin's fantasy.
Name a celebrity. I don't find her attractive in the slightest. Name a celebrity that'll be hospitalized for a drug overdose in 2014. Doesn't have to die, but has to be hospitalized.
Miley Cyrus.
No shit, that's what I was gonna say.
You can pick the same one. Susan?
What's her name?
Miley
Tom
Cyrus.
Cruise's daughter.
Who?
Tom Cruise's daughter.
Siri?
Siri?
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
like 7.
Scientology works for me. You want
Tom's
Siri?
trying to get away from it.
All right, Siri Cruz. All right, Syracuse it is.
Sad thing is, nobody will ever know because I hide it. Now I shut up.
I'm going with Tara Reid. Or is she dead? Wait, did she die?
No, she's still alive.
Okay, I got Tara Reid. Paul?
She just did Sharknado, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, my God.
She was in Sharknado.
Celebrity that will be hospitalized for a drug overdose. There's got to be somebody that's really acting out a lot and somebody that's clearly not in a good state of mind, a good frame of mind.
Miley Cyrus.
You can
Miley
call,
Cyrus.
You can call
Fair
any
enough.
of the,
Strip.
Miley Cyrus.
You can call
Desiree.
I'm going to go with Demi Lovato. I think she's going to go back in. She's already
really?
breaking down again, yeah.
Who?
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
Oh.
God,
she's overworking herself.
Is
which
it
caused
bad
the
that I
first
think
time.
she's cute?
A lot of people think.
Would it
she's
be
very
bad of me to
attractive.
call what the heck? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. So I just saw something move off camera, and I'm crazy.
He sees that thing poking through the wall, and he's reminded of all those days he spent in the bathhouse.
It just all of a sudden failed.
All right.
I'm just saying. Would it be crazy for that question to include every single one of the Kardashian sisters,
Including the one that looks like Chewbacca?
every single one of them?
All right, name a celebrity couple that will divorce in 2014, Susan.
Kardashian and Kanye West.
They're not married yet. Are
Kim
they?
and Kim
I know.
and Kanye.
No, they're married, aren't they?
No, Kim and Kanye.
No, they're not
are
married? Yeah, they don't count that they're not
They
married.
could hold on, but they could get married.
Who was it? One of the Kardashians lasted 72 hours.
So you want to pick them?
That was
so,
Kim.
so they're going to get
Kim.
married, and then they'll get divorced?
Yep.
Can
That's
my
really not a
pick
big
already be
stretch.
like filed for divorce? Can that be my pick?
Well, hold on. We're going to get to who gets married in a minute, too, so I'm sure that'll be Susan's answer. My celebrity couple that will divorce in 2014, Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert.
Ooh, why?
Yeah.
Why? They look
Because
they're so
Blake
happy
Shelton seems like an
together.
awesome guy, and Miranda Lambert just seems like an awkward bitch.
Yeah, but they're so. I don't even know how to like. I don't know.
Paul?
I
Wow,
don't,
that's
I don't
harsh.
see that happening at all.
Faith Hill and Tim McGraw.
What?
You know, I did hear they were having issues.
Yeah, they've already filed for divorce. That's
haven't
really
filed
not
for
news.
divorce?
Yes, it is. Yes,
No, they
have.
didn't.
No, they
file for
didn't. They were
divorce.
having issues, but then they reconciled. And Strip?
I don't fucking care.
Paul and Harmony, they're famous. Tro, you should look on Tro's face when I said Paul and Harmony. Tro was like, what? Strip?
Who's Ashton Kutcher with nowadays?
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis, but they're not married.
They could be.
So you want
I'm
them
gonna
to
go
be?
with yeah. Let's do it.
Des?
Will Smith and his wife.
That's not a big.
Wait,
they're already in divorce status.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Neither of them have filed for divorce.
Hey, come on, guys. The black
they
man
have.
should know the other black
Trust me,
man's
they have.
status.
Okay, fine. I will look
Yeah,
it
look
up.
it up.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. We'll come back to it if we need to. Trojo?
They in the midst of. That would be Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom.
You can't use that one. They both already filed for divorce.
Well, if you're using yours, I'm gonna use mine.
I'm also looking mine up to double check.
Will
So-
and Jada divorce rumors quashed. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are neither selling their California mansion nor divorcing.
There you go.
Despite
Divorcing?
We check on Chloe and Lamar.
they're divorced.
They are divorcing. Khloe filed for divorce, and Lamar filed for divorce right after her because of the fact he said that she wasn't going to divorce him.
Anyways.
What? You can't divorce me. I'm going to divorce you first.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
that's what he said basically.
Oh, that's mature. I wonder why she's divorcing him.
Because he's all
His
cracked out.
crack cocaine use.
No, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
Kardashian
just
filed
saying,
for divorce already in
Bam.
That's the most
2013.
immature thing I've
Yeah, I
heard
know
in
that
years.
is.
I would divorce him too.
Trojo, you got to pick somebody else. Sorry,
all right,
man.
all right.
Quit picking on the black people, dude.
Hey.
Black people can have successful marriages. Why do you got to be like that?
You are so wrong.
Keep going. Keep going.
Let's see. I don't know because I don't really keep up on that. Who's married and the who.
Yeah, we gotta
and
hurry
this,
up.
That and blah blah blah. But,
Go as fast as I can.
I want to smoke.
If some of you people would make me repeat the question 35 times.
Hey.
Kanye West can't do it.
Again, I don't know who's married in Hollywood. I don't keep up, so it would be hard for me to say.
I dare you to say Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
That
Just
would
say
be
it.
an easy one. I mean, hell, they keep going through. They're on, they're off, they're on, they're off. Sure, why not? Bradgelina. Sure, why not?
All right, here we go. Back to me first. Name a celebrity couple that will get married in 2014. Okay, now I got to answer this first. Now, I had a really hard time with this up front, but I'm going to go with Ashton and Mila. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis.
Are they married?
No, but they're dating.
Not yet.
Gotcha.
Paul?
What's the question again?
A celebrity couple that will get married in 2014.
That will get married.
Justin Bieber and Michael Bolton.
Wow.
Wait a minute. I'm changing my celebrity that will come out as gay to Michael Bolton. Okay? Michael Bolton will come out as gay. I'm changing mine.
Wow.
Duh. Is that a secret? I don't know.
All right, Paul?
That's funny.
Michael Bolton and Justin Bieber.
I was kidding.
Oh boy, I'll go with Ashton and Mila. I think that's fair.
All right, I'm going to stick with Caleb. He isn't here, but in order for Ashton and Mila to get divorced, they'd have to get married. Des, who's your couple getting married?
Scarlett Johansson and Roman Durak, however you say his name. They'll be mine.
Direction unclear. Please repeat request.
Oh, wait, can I change mine? I know you
Yes.
were typing in Kelly Osbourne and Matthew Mosshart.
Working.
Kelly Osbourne?
Yeah, I forgot she was
And who?
engaged. Matthew Mosshart.
Okay, that's not fair. None of us would know that shit except for her. She sits around reading Teen Beat all day.
Who knows who's engaged?
All right, Trojo?
Warning.
Susan, I'm assuming you're going with Kim and Kanye since you picked them to get divorced, right?
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle
Oh, yeah, they got to
Union.
get married before they can divorce, yeah.
So you're picking D. Wade and who?
Gabrielle Union.
She's good looking.
Who the hell
All
is
right.
that?
Well, Dwayne Wade is the point guard for the
Miami Heat.
Miami
And
Heat.
Gabrielle Union is a very, very attractive actress.
All right, here we go. Paul, name a celebrity that will have a sex tape released in 2014.
Miley
Miley Cyrus. Let's just go ahead and say it.
It's not going to be Justin Bieber. He's got to do some first.
Des, who do you have?
Miley Cyrus.
Affirmative.
Trojo?
Yeah, Miley.
Susan?
Kelly Osbourne.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Trying to think about whose career is flagging. I'm going to Tara Reid.
Stand by.
It's been done.
Flag you. Who wants to?
She's already done a sex tape, man. Old news.
But she'll have a new one.
That is correct.
We'll come back to Caleb because he's not here. All right. I don't know why we put this in the pop culture one, but Paul liked this one, so we'll ask Des first. Des, will somebody playing the knockout game be killed by their intended victim in 2014?
Unclear.
Yes.
Hell?
Trojo?
Yeah.
Susan?
Yeah, they're going to try it in Texas. They're going to get their ass shot.
I'll say no.
See, I think
Paul?
it's a very valid question. Yeah, because it is a social issue right now. And yeah, I think you know what I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be some 80-year-old grandma with a little snub-nosed 38.
That's already happened.
Little Derringer or,
Exactly.
wallet.
Exactly. Some dude's going to come up and try to punch her and, miss or, just barely, graze her, and she's going to turn around, pull it out, the BAM! I know.
All right.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
All right. And we're going to skip, so we'll catch up to Strip on that one. All right. Trojo, will George Zimmerman be arrested at any point during 2014?
I think George Zimmerman becomes yes.
Hey, this was my question.
He's gonna become a victim of the knockout game.
Susan?
Yeah. Repeatedly.
All right. I'm going to say no. Paul?
Information is not available.
Is he going in a coma?
No, but he might be going to Tacoma. Paul?
Oh, well.
I think the answer is yes. Because I
And
think
Des.
that's stupid.
Yes.
All right, here's my other question. I just added this. Susan, answer this. Will George Zimmerman be signed to a TV show on any network, including Fox News? Susan?
That would not surprise me.
Yes
that would
or
not
no?
surprise me. I'll say yes.
I think he'll be signed to 2.5 Men, yes.
Just because
Paul?
he's trendy.
Paul?
2.5 men. What's the question?
Will Zimmerman be signed to be on any TV show on any network in 2014? Nah, kill that. We have to get these done. We'll take break late. We'll go quick.
No, he won't.
I'm not playing anything.
Oh, okay. Strip?
No.
Will Zimmerman
No,
be signed
no,
to be
no,
on a
no,
TV show?
No.
Will Zimmerman be arrested at any point during 2014?
Nah, I think he's too smart for that this time.
Dez? He will be on a TV show? No. Trojo?
Yeah, they're going to sign him to a contract on BET.
No. All right, I'll answer first. Will Miley Cyrus pose nude for a website or magazine in 2014? Not only but probably multiple ones. Paul? Come on, we got to hurry.
I thought she already has.
No, she hasn't yet. Strip?
Hey, does it include if she's posing naked but is covered, like covering herself with her?
No, we have to see her vajayjay.
Oh, that kind
What about just her breasts showing?
Not vajayjay. Naked posing for like Playboy, Hustler.
No.
Really?
You said no?
I think her dad's got too much influence in her life. I don't think that's
Dez?
She doesn't even really talk to her dad anymore.
Doesn't matter.
Dez, quickly.
No. I mean, yeah, she will definitely pose. I mean, they've already talked to her about directing a porn. So.
Okay. Jojo?
Yeah.
Susan?
I'm going to say I hope not, no.
Okay, and the last one of social media. What famous star will be pregnant in 2014, Paul?
Kevin Chambers.
Lady Gaga.
Strip?
Mila Kunis.
She's already pregnant.
Damn it.
No, she's not, is she?
Yeah. Mila Kunis is pregnant with Ashton Kutcher's baby.
She is. I actually saw a thing for her.
Fucking cheater!
I saw a thing
All
for
right.
her like yesterday.
Okay, Strip. What famous star will be pregnant in 2014?
Jesus. Who's that chick that did the Carl Jr.'s ads? The blonde one that did the thing where she was eating the cheeseburger or whatever.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
No. Hold on. I'll find her name. Hold
We'll
on.
come back to it. Dez?
Kelly Osbourne.
Trojo?
Famous actress that'll be pregnant.
Wait, it has to be an actress?
No, famous star.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a famous star. Oh. Well, then, gee.
Giving you a hint here, buddy. Little hint. Trying to help a brother out.
Luke Skywalker?
Not a girl.
Are we sure about that?
Jeez, I'm thinking Khloe Kardashian finally gets knocked up. She's been trying too many years.
Okay, Susan?
God, that's hard. I'll say Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah, Kate Upton.
Okay, and I'm going to go with Britney Spears.
I think Britney's done. She goes by Britney Jean now. She
Whatever.
dropped the Spears.
Dude, she did too. I saw that on MTV. It's like, I am Britney Jean. I'm like, who the fuck is Britney Jean?
All right,
Yeah,
the
that's
last
her real
one.
name.
The last one applies to only people associated with the network. So allow me to give you the answers for these questions so that we have them. The answers are as follows: K-Dog, St. Paul, Tro, Susan, Dez, Strip, Dennis. Am I forgetting anybody?
But what is the question?
keep
again?
going.
For any of these questions I'm about to answer,
Is Trey still available?
Trey's not still available.
Okay.
He hasn't been around, so we're not
He
going
was
to
here
put him
last
in.
week, but it's okay.
He wasn't here last
No,
week.
he wasn't here. It was,
like
week
here 3
before.
weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Tone Loach, no more?
No, but they'll come up later. First off, who on the show is most likely to get pregnant / have a baby in 2014?
That is completely
Considering
unfair.
the fact that we only got 2 women
Right?
and
That's
only
completely
one.
No, the guy.
No, the guys can have a baby with the woman they're with.
But you...
So it could be Tro with his woman. It could be Paul with Harm. It could be
No, it
me
can't
with
be
it.
Paul with Harm.
It could be me with a myriad of whores. It's a wide open question.
If a prostitute gets pregnant, do you still have to pay for it? Because you already paid her once.
Push her down a flight of stairs. All right. I will answer first. The person I believe is most likely to get pregnant / have a baby in 2014 is St. Paul, the voice of reason. Paul? Come on, answer quick. Come on, we're running late. Come on,
okay.
You're the one who want to get out of here early. Come on.
I didn't know you were looking for an answer.
Paul, answer the question.
Trojo.
Wow.
I thought long and hard about that one.
Well, then.
Sure you did.
That came out really
Strip?
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Shit. I'm gonna say Dez.
What?
I love it. Dez?
I'm going to say Paul.
What the hell?
Tro?
Oh, I got to go Strip. She already wants another
Hold
baby.
on. In my defense, before you say me,
I
can't have kids right now.
This is true.
But
by the end of 2014...
First of all, that's not.
Remember what happened?
That's not entirely true.
No,
your chances
hold
are
on.
just
No. Hold on.
Remember what happened when in Spider-Man the spider got radioactive? It got superpowers, right?
Hold on.
Your sperm right now is super fucking. It's gonna hit that condom and just go rip.
Hold on. Let me explain something to you real quick. Because of the medication that I'm on, I am not allowed. Well, the doctors tell me don't have any kids.
Fair enough.
So,
Tro, are you sticking with the Strip?
Is that for the whole 2014 season?
By the end of 2014,
it
either
is-
pregnant or having the baby.
it is a very long time. Probably pretty close to the end of 2014. So,
I'm going to stick with it because you said it
Yeah,
close
there you
to
go.
the end, which means at some point in time you will be released.
There you go.
And
Susan?
so will the little swimmers.
I'm going to say Paul.
Damn, Susan.
Sorry, Paul. It just seems like it.
Paul, who on the show is most likely to get engaged or married in 2014? Or if they're already engaged or married, to get divorced or unengaged?
That'll be the Strip.
no, it won't be me.
You'll be married this year.
No, I will
or next
not.
next year, 2014.
They're already engaged.
Yeah, you'll be married.
No, we won't.
Well, they already said it was going to be a long engagement.
So you're going with Strip?
Strip.
Strip, who are you picking?
I'm gonna pick Tro.
Dez?
Tro.
Tro?
K-Dog.
That's like the best
Gonna
thing
happen,
ever.
bruh. It's gonna happen.
Susan?
Trojo.
What is this? A Trojo conspiracy here?
Hey man, you're the
No,
only
we love
viable
you, baby.
solution.
We want you. Misery loves company. We want you part of it. Yeah. Come to the light. Come to the light.
I'm going with Strip. Because I remember 2 months ago, Strip was like, I'm not getting engaged. I'm not getting engaged. I'm not getting engaged. And then suddenly, they were like civilly committed. I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married. Like 2 weeks later, they're engaged. Like he went from I'm not doing anything to we're engaged in like 3 weeks. This whole
You know
long.
what- Do you know what's got him totally screwed right now?
What's that?
She has a dress.
Yeah. And here's
Once
the deal.
She has a dress. You are so screwed.
And here's the deal. He
y'all-
went from I'm not doing anything to engaged in like
Hold on.
3 weeks. This whole idea of a long engagement is out the window. They'll be married by the end of March, and I'm the minister, so I'm good to go whenever they want me to.
Hold on, let me explain something. If I get married,
Dearly beloved,
I lose out on a bunch of benefits that I currently
we are
have
gathered
right
here today to join in holy
So-
matrimony.
now. That being said,
This man and this woman,
I have no plans on getting married.
and I use the term this man lightly. All right, here we go. Strip. Which of us is most likely to spend a night in jail by the end of 2014?
I'm gonna say Tro.
Because he's black.
I was going to say no fair because he's black.
Dez?
Me.
Really?
Doing what?
I don't know,
Hooking.
but I just sense it.
Tro?
Oh my God. Ooh.
That's a mind blower, isn't it?
It's a mind it's a mind
I love
blower
this question.
only because I would almost say me, but only because.
All right, fair enough. Susan?
Paul.
Whoa.
Me?
Paul.
You think I'm going to go
Yep.
to jail?
Yep.
What the
Wouldn't be
hell?
the first
for?
time.
I think sometime in 2014, you're going to feel like your rights are being trod upon, and you're going to be uncooperative.
He's a loose cannon. All right.
Yep.
I'm going with Strip.
What the heck are you guys doing?
Strip?
Are you kidding me right
He's
now?
on enough meds that I think he's going to... Paul? Paul, pick. Come on.
I'm thinking. It'll be Tro.
Fair enough. All right.
I can't even drive, and you think I'm gonna live in
Des,
jail?
how many different shows will be on Edge Media Source at the end of 2014?
5.
Tro?
Hopefully.
I was thinking 5, maybe 6.
Pick one.
I'm gonna say 6.
Susan?
I was thinking 6 too.
I'm going to go with 8. Paul?
Wow.
I'm the program director. I have to be optimistic, Paul.
I'm going to say 5.
Strip. He's thinking it's my basement, 2.
I'll say 7.
Nice. Me and Strip are on the same page.
Yeah.
All right, Trojo.
How many boards can I run?
How many? Trojo. These are Paul's questions. Will K-Dog have a girlfriend at the end of 2014?
No.
Besides the 2 you already have?
The 6 I already have, but yeah.
Okay.
Will I have a girlfriend at the end of 2014? It's like the asteroid question. We know it'll happen someday.
At some point in time.
But will it be before we all die? All right.
You know what? I'm going to say yes. I believe in you, K-Dog.
Susan?
I absolutely think yes.
I say no. All right. Paul?
You're just hoping.
I think you will.
Strip?
Do you know why we believe it?
What was the question again?
Will K-Dog have a girlfriend at the end of 2014?
Because Des will eventually come to her senses.
Nope, because you can't get over certain things with women, so not a chance in hell.
Des?
I'm going to say you will, but it's going to be like really short because you're a dick.
Velociraptor.
Velociraptor. All right.
Oh, my
Susan,
God.
will I
Yes.
be living alone? Well, we have to preface this. I have my kids that live there, but will I be living with a significant other?
Will
at
other
the
women
end?
be living with you?
Will I be living
Yes.
with other women that are not my kids at the end of 2014?
Yes.
Hey, yes.
Well, hold on.
Susan, yes or no?
Does that include your ex who lives with you right now?
Right? Because technically, right now
And
you're
that
living
does
with
not
another
include
woman.
when you put a wig on your hand.
Let me
Because
put it
she's
this way.
living
Will
with
I
him.
be living with a woman in 2014?
That you wake up in
Yes.
the same bed with?
By the end,
any
by the
woman,
end of 2014.
will any woman be living in my home in 2014?
Yeah, you're too big
at the
of
end
a
of
pussy,
2014?
Yep.
I'm a pussy. I'm a pussy.
don't
I'm a pussy,
sit there
Mister.
and-
I'm never gonna get engaged. I'm never getting married. Oh, Kevin, look at this wonderful ring that Caleb got me. Oh, bullshit. All right. So what do you say, Susan?
Yes. By the end of 14.
Really?
All right. I'm gonna say. Oh, wait. Yes, I'll be living alone.
No. Yes, you'll be living with a woman.
So no, I will not be living alone. I will say yes, I'll be living alone. Paul?
No, you won't be living alone.
Strip?
No, you're not going to be living alone. You're too
Okay.
big of a pussy.
Des?
I'm going to say no, your ex is still going to live with you.
Eat shit.
Yeah.
Tro?
I'm going to say yes. I believe in you,
Thank you for
K-Dog.
having faith in me, my friend. And our final question before we get to our final question. I'll answer this first. Which of our former staff members here at Edge Media Source, and I'm going to give you their names, are going to be more likely to return to work with us during 2014? Their names are Jammer, Trey, Dent, Casey, Loesch, or Mindy. Pick one of any of them. Who is more likely to return to work for us in 2014? I will pick first. And I know that just like the bubonic plague,
Wait,
it's always...
wouldn't you add your son on that? Because isn't your son on?
Oh, we can add my son on there too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Because
Thank you.
he's talked to me about stuff.
So we'll add Michael on there as well.
Hold on. Does this just mean that they come back for a short period, maybe just one time?
Well, they'd have to come back for enough for us to consider them part of the network again. Like how Casey came back for a while, and we considered him part of the working structure again, and then he pulled a Casey and vanished again. So it would have to be like a one-time thing. It would have to be consistent. We'd have to look back at the end of 14 and go, yeah, they really were part of it again.
What if they came back and they were here like off and on throughout 2014?
When we get to the end of 14, we'll go back and revisit this question. We'll decide together if they met that. By the way, David Olivas is here, looking very swell, by the way. I'm pretty pissed off that David can't make it out to karaoke, though. Even though I've invited you 45,000 times. All right, we'll talk to you in a minute. All right, so Paul.
Kevin.
Pick one. Who do you think will come back to work with us?
I think the person that will come back to work with us first is going to be
not first, but any of them. Because
any of
it's
them?
not a first. It's just who do you think is more likely?
It'll be. Kevin's going to love this one. Jammer.
Strip.
Trey.
Dez.
I'm gonna go with your son.
Trojo.
I'm gonna go with Jammer.
Susan.
Mindy.
That was.
See, I don't know who the other people are. So.
Play that Adam Sandler clip again. All right. I'm going to go with. You guys are not going to believe what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Jammer.
No.
Who is that?
Not because I think that we should, but because certain people on this show have an affinity for average guitar players. All right. Now, last but not least, everybody makes one prediction. Just one prediction. Flat on your own, a prediction, and then we're done. We're going to start with Strip. Strip, make any prediction about anything at all, anything you want.
What was I saying earlier that you made me stop?
I have no fucking clue.
God damn it. Federal government's not going to come into Washington State or Colorado this year to enforce drug laws, or in 2014.
So they're not going to stop anything with the marijuana enforcement?
Nothing that's legal on a state level.
So feds will not enforce federal marijuana laws?
Correct.
Okay, fair enough. Dez?
That Kim Kardashian will have another sex tape, but with Kanye West leaked.
Wow.
So, wait, give it to me again?
That Kim Kardashian will have another sex tape leaked, but it'll be with Kanye West.
All right, Trojo?
1, 2, 3 years in a row, my Dallas Cowboys have failed to make the playoffs. 3 years in a row, they've lost to each one of the teams in the division. So, by process of elimination, I'm going to say Dallas finally wins the division and gets into the playoffs. And they go deep.
So deep, put her butt to sleep?
I'm just saying.
Okay, just checking. Susan?
I think we're going to see a market improvement in the nation's economy. Ever the optimist.
I think I had a pretty damn good prediction, actually.
Nobody's going to laugh at mine?
No, it's not funny, Susan. It's not funny.
Well.
Wow.
Wow. What was that?
You made me very.
All right, I have a prediction. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
K-Dog will have another kid.
No, you ready for this? Bite your tongue. I have a prediction. With How I Met Your Mother showing such outstanding ratings and coming to the end of its run in May, I think is what it is. Mm-hmm. I bet that CBS comes out with How I Met Your Father.
I was actually thinking you was going to put that you was going to say they was going to pull a Friends, because Friends was supposed to came to run so many times, and they, because of the popularity, they just kept extending.
Nope. I think they're going to come out with How I Met Your Father.
Are you serious?
That's what I think. That's what I believe. Yeah.
How I Met Your Father.
It's a recipe for a successful show. The network TV is just copying itself. So that's what I would do.
Well, it is the fact that no one in television land or movie land seems capable of doing anything fresh or original.
Nothing original. Yep. Paul, what are you going to name your child if you have another one? Since we all predicted that you would.
Harmony.
Susan.
Paul, make your prediction.
I predict Caleb will beat his brain tumor.
Yeah.
That's what I predict.
That's a good prediction.
Yeah.
Wait, what would we?
triple emotion.
What would we all have said if Paul said, "I predict that Caleb will be defeated by his brain tumor"? What would we all have said if he had said
Reached
that?
over and smacked him.
I know.
I probably would have. I would have just gave him a chin check. Hey, let me check your chin there.
All right, we have all of our predictions. We will save these. We'll put these in the Edge Media Source Time Vault. Susan, we love you.
We love you too.
Do you have
dear.
a plan for the show next week? Your first show of 2014?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
I bet it'll be the best show of the year.
I bet it will be too.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, son. You guys have a good one.
Good night, Susan.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Coming up.
Bye-bye.
Coming up in the last call.
All right, Strip, can you make it a 90-second break and then come right back because since we're running late?
Someone gets called
No,
out.
because I got to use the bathroom real quick, so. But I will shorten it up.
Make it a way short break because we have a special phone call coming in for Tro, and then we still got to do football picks.
Okay, well.
Okay, go to break. Outlaw Radio Network. David Olivas is in studio as well. After this. Stay tuned.